Hello, is this thing on? Yeah, it appears it is. All right, let me drop down into a channel and act like a professional here for a moment. I haven't streamed in a hot minute, so I hope everyone out there understands that I am rusty and a moron. So, hey, I hope everyone can hear me.
I can hear you just fine.
Yeah, whether or not they can stand me, that's a different matter. So what we're going to play today is some Command and Conquer, a game I have sunk about 40 years into. So, yeah, it's the Command and Conquer, the Remastered edition, the one where with a space bar I can switch between nostalgia and airbrushed pixel nostalgia. So let's go ahead and, let's go the OG Remastered, shall we? And, we'll switch the stream on over to this one, as it's opening up. How's that? Holy shit, I got 12 people, Diggs. This is amazing.
I don't believe it.
13, my God.
It's a slow grower.
No, it's fine. I think that's really good, actually, honestly, for people on a Wednesday. I think if I saw 2,000 people out there, I'd be very worried. I'd be like, what's going on in the economy?
Like, what are you guys doing right now? Did everyone quit?
I would start to get really nervous. I don't mean that to, like, make an observation on my ego or in anything based on a number. I would just be like scared. I'd be like, wait, why is this working at this time of day? I know that someone's probably like actually got some reason, but yeah. Anyways, here we go. Skirmish.
We got Philadelphia hellos.
Philly. I have a question for somebody from Philly. Pats or Genos? I know that's the tourist question, but I know some people take that shit very seriously.
Let me just let you know that the guy who's saying hello from Philadelphia is a guy named Toilet Obliterator.
Okay, and so he's probably in the know for cheesesteaks, huh?
He said neither.
He's like, listen here, I know a thing or two about cheesesteaks. This doesn't matter. None of this matters.
Oh yeah, it's Rad said he's blaming you for causing him to buy Crusader Kings 3.
Oh, well, Crusader Kings 3 is a great experiment, especially with the ability to now create your own rulers. So you don't have to wait for like 300 years of inbreeding. You can make your own Habsburg right off the bat, and then start like a Dune style navigator dynasty where they're just like long lived and they're like, I have seen the way, and you can do horrible stuff in that game.
The monster children always freak me out.
Ah, God, that fucking fart noise made me jump. What the fuck? Oh my God.
You got a subscriber.
I forgot Mike turned that on.
Yeah, you get alerts now.
You know, I talked a lot of shit about jump scares, but I realized I'm a jumpy person, and there is one thing that I don't control, because a game will tell you when it's going to scare you. A game will tell you when it's going to scare you, but random people pressing buttons. What a moron I am.
Why stop at inbreeding? You can inbreed the horse people. It's like, I don't think in 3 has horse rulers yet, does it?
Oh, I'm sure Glitterhoof is possible anytime, anywhere. But, anyways, okay, Visceroid's on.
We got sub because the adverts were too annoying. Well, we appreciate your support anyways, Whiff.
Someone, thank you. Oh, shit, that's right. Hold on. Let's go OG. There we go. Actually, I used to play Command and Conquer like this. This was how I experienced the game, and this wasn't this nice either. On the right hand side, that's definitely different. All right, so standard gamut versus any amount of players is to be a dick and build as many harvesters right off as you can. I'm trying to do this all one-handed so that I can drink my coffee with the other hand, which was the same technique I used when I was 8.
Coffee or chocolate milk?
Coffee. Oh, I was a coffee drinker back then.
I never drank coffee. Holy crap!
No, it's I have a history of being high strung. So here's the thing, is when it comes down to Command and Conquer, you have to play it like this, nose on a giant CRT monitor with a cup of coffee in one hand. Your right hand has to do everything. That's OG Command and Conquer. There's no, you're not using many short key commands unless you're building giant masses of units. But in reality, you're more often than not selecting whole screens and just driving them forward.
Yep, entire army that direction go.
However, modern gaming has actually shaped your perception of RTSs a lot, and I'm going to show you, because when you have to look at an RTS like this, your world is really small, and you have to constantly, rapidly look around and be all fucking paranoid. But if you use the modern shit and you zoom way out, you're not paranoid and you get very complacent, and you make very slow decisions. And I like to be at knife fight distance in an RTS, because I'm used to like Dune 2, where it's like, that guy's hiding behind that pixel. That one pixel has a cute, blow it up, and I'm just jumping at everything. And yeah, that's how I play RTSs. I come from
nice
that.
And relax.
No, I come from that era. It's like why in the BPL where. Remember when we were playing Wargame, I was like fighting like anybody who wanted to fight me at the same time. And I used to play RTS stuff like that just as warm-ups because I was a crazy asshole. And so when you play games like this and still retain at least half of it, because I thought I was good then, but I really wasn't. Because there's people...
Well, it's your circle of people you play with, right?
Right. But I thought I was the shit. But like anybody who plays D&D with 5 people, they think they're the most clever person to play D&D. But they've never like met somebody like Mr. Welch who can just cave a game system in instantly by just being there. Just be like, well, if you add 6 and 7 and this third character, the game breaks. And you're like, fuck.
Well, now what?
Yeah. But no, I miss the old era of RTSs where there was no hand-holding. It was like, there's not enough room to even place all your buildings. There's strategies of using harvesters as weapons. The fog of war is extremely, extremely angry. Everything tries to kill you, and it's essentially robust pixel warfare. However, I know most people are going to be bitching about the soundtrack and everything else. They're going to say, Tex, the Remastered isn't worth it. And I'm going to show you you're wrong, because they actually remastered the whole soundtrack. So let me get to my favorites. They remastered both sides of it, new releases.
And I love that they put the jukebox in.
Yeah, so you can set your own jukebox and say, oh, this is my playlist for whatever, but these are all the remastered tracks. It's 6 hours of music included, and it's quite nice. But you guys remember Mechanical Man from the first one? That was like a really fucking solid track.
Mechanical Man.
Oh, great fucking song. And they used it in the hidden outro for the first game. So here we go, Remastered. No, is this? There we go. All right, here we go, boys. Let me show you the benefits of asshole warfare. All right, let's see if I can do all of this with just one mouse, and I need to do this appropriately at knife fight distance if I'm going to do this correctly. All right.
Nice.
This is old school goon mob warfare. This is really stupidly useful. Hold on. They have no idea with whom they are fucking. All right, let's be aggressive. Come on, my boys. Go, 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 go. This is the equivalent of a Zerg rush, but it's a lot dumber.
Dumber Zerg rush.
See, he's already got helicopters. Motherfucker. All right, here we go. Yeah. I'm following that helicopter back. I mean, I have a helicopter, but you need fuel, and I don't. All my guys are already dying of cancer from Tiberium. Let's do this.
Heck yeah.
All right, kill that factory.
Good way to go.
Go, go, go. Kill. Use your feeble guns. All the 5.56. Here we go. Get him. Get him. Shoot that guy. That guy's a grenade. Blow him up. Kill him. Blow that. Yeah, kill that. Uh-huh. All right, blow up the barracks. That doesn't need to be there. Just kill that. Someone farted. Excellent. Oh, that guy's got a grenade. Well, do you have all the machine guns? No. No, you don't. You die. And you die. And you die. And you die. And you die. Oh, you guys are left over here. Come over here and blow up his power plants. Anyways, that was me.
Got a lot of guys hanging out.
Oh, look, a guy with a flamethrower. Knock, knock. Goodbye. All right. Goodbye, I said. Good day. All right, next wave.
Okay, sir.
Blow the whistle. Send him over the top. All right, boys.
Someone farted. Excellent.
Well, just you gotta be very aware when you're fighting Old ways. Ah, yes, the flames. The flames. All right. There's his infantry counterattacking. Okay. I don't need advanced units. I got sticks. All right. That's why you don't stand there, bud. That's pretty much any RimWorld game. Any RimWorld game is just obelisks. All right. Oh shit! I ran out of juice. 1 second. That's not
More
good.
juice.
Yeah, no, you gotta have more juice. Otherwise, you don't have the little radar screen to watch this guy run his engineer rush over here, and my guys all die. However, I'm going to shoot up his. Yep, I blew up an orca. Fuck you.
Heck yeah.
Hey man, if you can shoot a helicopter apart with the M16, that's a good day in the army. I don't care what side you're on.
True.
You know, if you're part of a safety brief, you're really prime soldier material. Oh, this is potentially bad. One moment. Oh, what's he going for? Not today. Oh, he did. Nice. I'll get it back. The problem with going all in, as I did on Warfare, is sometimes you can get a counter thrust of a bunch of shit that just murders the fuck out of you. Or you build one thing too much because you get really greedy and stupid, and then you die because you got greedy and stupid. However, I'm gonna just get it back, and he can't do anything about it. So, mine. Lasers.
Apparently it's Parents' Day.
Parents' Day, huh?
I work with lasers at work. They're pretty sweet. Yeah, different type, but yeah.
Parents' Day.
Parents. Apparently it's Parents' Day. I'm not a father, except to a cat. My cat greeted me as her father today with peeing on a towel.
Ah. Well, that's a relationship for some. I mean, you know.
It is learned not to do that, and now it is scared if I pick up a towel.
I understand. Now I'm gonna run this infantryman up there to find out where his base is, because my first few punches into him with nothing but masses of stupid infantry and oogles of guns have met with some resistance because he woke up. You know.
Is that legal?
I guess. I mean, I will make it legal. But yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to then cultivate an enormous amount of artillery.
Beautiful.
That's what I have to do now. They made me. No.
You made me do this.
I don't think you should throw danger rocks at the giant glowing thing. Alright, look, I found his base. Oh, well, he's got an obelisk of light too. Fuck. Alright, where are we going? All I need is a tank or two. Which is what I'm going to get. I'm going to get lots and lots of tanks. Now, there is one problem between Command & Conquer 1 and Command & Conquer 2. OG Command & Conquer, or Tiberium Dawn, suffers a resource bottleneck. And the resource bottleneck is pretty shit. And that resource bottleneck is these refineries take a bit to offload at. So if you have an engineer run up at the right time, he can actually take that refinery and the harvester at the same time, and all your money.
Oh, because it's inside, yeah.
Right, so it becomes part of the object. So they do have a weakness. If you time it right with like a helicopter or an APC rush, you can grab everything and just be like, no, my factory, and leave. And then sell it. It's pretty funny. It's a good way to make players.
That's a big up on stuff.
It's a good way to make players very mad. However, I'm going to build the multiplayer-only units, or you saw them in Command & Conquer Soul Survivor, which was the standalone Command & Conquer game that was like a Control 1 unit pre-MOBA, believe it or not. Pretty wild.
Really?
Yeah. It was like you got one unit from the Command & Conquer unit thing, and you went around and killed stuff like a MOBA. And it was a very, very simple standalone kind of game. And it was called Command & Conquer Soul Survivor, and I played a fair bit of that. And that's where the SSM launcher and a few other things that normally aren't in the base game become available. They were like multiplayer-only items that you saw. The SSM launcher is one of my favorite units because it just makes big areas go away with fire, and that's great. It kills infantry mobs dead. Let's go blow them up.
Those infantry mobs, the dead.
I don't like them. I'm gonna rub them out, see?
Yeah, see.
All right, here we go. I really hope they remaster Command & Conquer Red Alert 2 the same way, because then I will never play another game.
I'm hoping that the success of this remaster makes them want to do to Red Alert as well.
Yeah, they need to. They desperately need to. All right, now one of the other tactics, as a leftover, believe it or not, was something that came out of Dune 2, the predecessor, which was called Harvester Warfare. In the campaign missions, there's fixed income where the enemy has hidden income or large amounts of money that are slowly whittled down as a course of the game. There's very few cases where you can actually headlock a player in the campaign because it's an AI and it's a set-piece mission. That being said, in multiplayer, you can absolutely headlock people by denying them resources. And this is one of the first games that really capitalizes on that in a beautiful way. So, when in doubt, Kill the Harvester has been the standard as established in Dune 2 in this game. Kill resources. Like, that sort of whole drive is started in this kind of Genesis. It's really interesting because it's super fucking effective. Harvesters take forever to replace, they're really slow, they take forever to offload, and they're easy targets.
Yeah, they're their only source of income for
everything. Yeah, so it's like Harvester Warfare started with this game really as a notional warfare, but oh god, here we go. Okay, I gotta make a run on his base. These things are soft as baby shit, but they can nuke buildings. There we go. Burn!
Burninating.
Trogdor.
Building. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I gotta get out of here.
Reinforcements have arrived.
These fucking assholes. I just gotta harass them. Gotta run. The good old the good old sandbag blockade is how you beat the AI. In the BPL within 3 days of this game coming out, the remaster, I considered it a point of pride that I headlocked Kane into selling the Temple of Nod to beat the end of the campaign. Because I basically HOA'd him to death. Like, I was like, you can't afford to live here! And then he sold his temple to buy weapons and died. And so I remember all of those fun mechanics, even the really jank ones, still being left over from the game that I loved as a kid. And so even the jank stuff, so surviving is really nice to see that they didn't just polish some of the weaknesses of the game out. They left them as is. And I'll say this much, if people are truly interested in perhaps seeing me do— oh fuck, a Viceroid, 1 second, fucking Tiberium life form, I have to kill it. 1 moment, time to die.
Those Viceroids are nuts. Do help sometimes though.
Repairing.
Bear pants. Oh, there we go.
Oh, it's Amber. Hi, Amber.
But yeah, the thing I find kind of fun is if this retro Command & Conquer is fun, I might play some other retro games or remasters like the Diablo one that we all played for a bit and then kind of went at.
Yeah.
Well, I think it would be nice to get some old voices and some new voices involved in that, like people who maybe never played it before, and see if we could get a Necromancer party going.
Oh, so many.
If you all choose different
That's awesome.
types of necromancers, it would be great. If you all chose the correct type of necromancer, it will be a zoo. Hold on, there's a crate there. Ah, cool. Crates are really rare in the game. They
Never actually played a necromancer.
Oh, dude.
Because when we were playing, I went all out on the assassin.
Yeah, Trepsassin.
Trepsassin,
yeah. They that's actually a really good choice. Does a lot of fucking damage. If you want,
I did good until I got to hell. Then fire didn't do anything, and I was like, I put my points in the wrong thing.
Yeah, that is absolutely fucking brutal at that point. What you have to do is, if you play as a necromancer, and I hate that I've memorized like oh my god, harvester, shut up, go there. Bad harvester. You have to watch these things, they'll do it all day. You'll be like, I'm out of money, and have 8 harvesters driving into a wall, and you're like, I hate all of you so much.
Cancelled.
They are the bane of my existence.
Have arrived.
There is a correct meta number of like harvesters to refineries, but it depends per map, and those are tournament maps only. And so there is like a rank tiering to all that. I'm not obeying this because I'm rusty, and if I remembered, it would probably be incorrect. But the one thing that I think is kind of interesting is if, God, I can still remember the Diablo 110 trees. So you've got Poison and Bone, which is like you basically run around and become a DPS monster, but you can also tank a lot with some special abilities. Also Corpse Explosion. Probably the most broken ability of the game. No, it's the most
There's always corpses, and they always explode.
Well, it's not only that. Corpse Explosion does something that's... shit, I need to actually build out a bit. But Corpse Explosion does something that is pretty ridiculous in the game that is kind of overlooked, and that is it does a percentage of the hit points of the creature as damage. So
Of the corpse or the creature it hit?
no, of the corpse. So let's say you kill something at hell that has like 20,000 hit points, and Corpse Explosion by default is like 60% of those hit points, and your team litters the hallway with those corpses, and then shit respawns, and you're like, oh no, the whole room exploded. Oh, I forgot. I put a mod in where I... What?
And drag the walls? I love that.
Oh, I put in a few little mods that are actually restoring things. Do you know that originally in this game, it was intended for you to have melee combat with your infantry?
Yeah, they had like the stabby bayonet action, or the animation, right?
Yeah, they found those animations and they were like, well shit, and they just put it back in.
Cannot deploy here.
It's pretty fucking sweet. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna build a nice little bottleneck here, some refineries down here, and I'm just gonna hope to choke these guys out because they're all fighting each other right now, and I need to build. Yes.
And Simbirski says, Tex, what about Diablo 2?
Yeah, the remastered is what I was talking. I don't mind the original Diablo 2, it's just if I wanted to play with friends, the netcode is a little shit nowadays. Especially with them being relocated to AT&T servers. Like, they're dropping support for that stuff.
Reinforcements have arrived.
That's no good.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Unit ready. Building. Construction complete. Reinforcements have arrived.
Alright, so I'm gonna build...
Wasn't this originally supposed to be a fantasy RTS? I did not know that.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Does that make any sense?
I did not know that it wouldn't surprise me because Diablo is around the corner. Warcraft was a thing. I mean,
Reinforcements have arrived.
D&D was old but not ancient.
Yes, sir.
It's all reasonable.
Unit ready.
Moving out.
Building.
Alright, I'm just gonna build a fuckload of tanks.
Have arrived. Construction complete.
Tank it up.
Ready. Building.
Cookie Mama's kicking ass in chat.
That's fucking awesome.
Reinforcements have
Thank you,
arrived.
Cookie Mama.
Cookie is like the mecca of our chat. Like, she is a monster.
Building.
A monster?
You know, like, just keeps everyone helloed and
Oh,
tells what's going on and
I-
answers all the questions. Like,
I just thought you
I mean, because, like, when Mecca's over on the Cursey Flush, she's usually, like, the #1 chat bot person.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like, Cookie does that for this place, and it's been great.
That's awesome.
Hey,
Thank you.
Square.
Hold. Cancel.
Yeah, Amber and Sassy both resubscribed for their 2nd and 3rd month. Ooh,
Oh.
someone's growing some pants.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Excellent. Pants are important. Now, if you excuse me, I need to take my pants off because I'm gonna fight this guy like Randy from Trailer Park Boys.
Building.
Oh no, Randy, oh no.
Complete.
Well, time to kill that harvester. And while they're all trying to fight those tanks, these ones are gonna go over here and kill everything else.
Unit ready.
All right.
Yes.
Micro like a bitch. All right, here we go up here.
Reinforcements
No. Chase that harvester. Let's crush those guys.
lost.
That's fine. The command center, please. Got some of these on the way.
Building.
Now the war has reached the end. There it is. All right, let's go kill it. Everybody on that
Hey,
command
Thorax.
center.
Thorax just joined us.
Hey, Thorax, thanks for checking in. Always enjoy your mad fun stuff on the podcast animations and your fun pictures and shit posts. Always enjoyed.
Yeah, he's been streaming on Twitch as well.
That's all. I'd seen little bits of that, but I don't want to pretend like, oh yes, I see everything everyone does. It's like, no, I'd seen bits.
Oh, there's a
but
lot.
yeah.
There's a lot out there.
Well, no, it's I always get busy, and then I'm like, I feel bad that I don't have all the time, and then I'm like, I am a bad person.
Building. Reinforcements have arrived.
Ooh, lasers. Oh, that is a sweet sound. Oh man, I got distracted by laser sounds, and now I'm going to die.
Building. Unit lost. Reinforcements have arrived. Unit lost.
Come on, kill it. Come on, boys. I was sloppy. There we go. Command center down.
We got this.
Now the rest will begin. Wave 2!
Reinforcements have arrived. Unit ready. Building.
Ideally, I'm going to have my base fill up the whole bottom of the map by the time I'm fighting the north.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Oh, do grenades still hurt friendly buildings? By God, they should. But yeah, Thorax's link is down there in chat. You guys should check that out. Oh, yep, see that guy tried to walk by and then he caught on fire. That's what happens. That's what you get. What? Oh. Yeah, okay. Nope. Alright. Ah, yes, the harvester has arrived for the Death O'Clock Parade. Oh, God. Fucking grenadiers. Kill the harvester, quick. It's expensive. Alright. Now just drive up here to run over all that infantry. Yes, Crunchy's dead! Alright. Excellent, boys.
Ready.
Alright, let's remove that. They don't need that now. They've built multiple factories. Those fuckers. Alright, well, let's kill the power plants then.
Unit ready. Building. Reinforcements have arrived.
Ah, yes. Now that the hope diminishes, I will eat their military-industrial complex.
Ready.
That is foretold.
As is foretold in the Book of Kroban.
Crowbon's a trip.
I have found the
I was
device.
trying to explain Crowbon to people who have no idea what either Traveler is or SS-13 Plasma Men are, and it was oddly difficult to explain that he is a being of pure plasma in an endless furnace. Like,
Yeah, he's a weird guy, you know. But like, think about the nuts and stuff. Like, well, shit. Think about the oh, what are they? Tholians.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Original,
Tholian?
yeah, Tholians, original series, the Tholian web, the guys in Crystal, they like live at super high pressure atmosphere, all that shit.
Building.
Kind of a nod.
oh yeah.
Yeah, just a nod to like OG weird space aliens that have some like weird crippling defect, so that's why you can't see them off screen because they're a puppet.
Unit ready.
Let's see, I need room for my nuke house.
Cannot deploy here.
Come on, I need a place to park my nuke. There we go.
New construction options.
Nuke construction option. All right, here we go.
Building.
Forward.
Unit
Crunch. All right,
Reinforcements have arrived.
this is my Tiberium.
Unit ready.
Numbers.
Building. Construction complete. Reinforcements have arrived. Building.
Good lord, what is that?
Building. Unit lost. Reinforcements.
Oh wow, we got 5 gift subs from Vulture82. Thank you so much for subscribing and that.
Ready. Building.
Thank you.
Construction.
I don't know what all the
Oh, wow.
sounds mean, so I hear them and I jump, and I'm like, ah, yes, this is a good thing. And then I'm like,
All the
sweating.
sounds are good.
Yeah.
Unit ready.
I'm used to Space Station 13, where you shouldn't hear a sound when playing a game unless something bad happened. Or really, really funny. Oh, look, another crate. I'll have that. Micro. And I'm just gonna hang out, being very lazy with my micro here. Oh yeah, he built a tank. Cool. It can leave. I'm gonna eat your base now.
Unit ready. Building. Reinforcements have arrived.
Alright, I'm gonna just concentrate the buildings down. Let his infantry do whatever. No. See, this is where his harvester, notice it goes right into the building. See how it's offloading? It's in the building.
Yep.
And then, no harvester. If you catch it and time it right, when the harvesters come back, you can wipe out everything, and he loses the asset, even if you fail the overall attack. Small details in this game.
Ooh. Yeah, but if you build a new, like, don't you get a free harvester every time you build one of those buildings?
Well, sure, but I'm saying if you're getting your ass pounded losing assets like that, makes you lose anything. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, now I'm gonna cheat by zooming out and enhancing the graphics. Da-da-da. All right, cool. Lord Grimos. Lord Grimos. I am Lord Grimos.
Oh, Grimos gave out one gift sub.
See, notice how much easier this is to manage with a wider view and enhanced graphics. It feels like a phone game.
Unit ready.
Oh, I gotta fix my posture.
Oh, posture.
Reinforcements
They caught me.
All right.
All right, I'm good.
See, it becomes very easy when you have modern axis of control and fairly predictably boring. Oh, someone just lit off a nuke. Somebody had a
What?
bad birthday. No, don't worry about it. This guy left me a tunnel to his power plants. I will be taking that immediately.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Alright, somewhere out there is assholes. Go find them with your tonk. Am I still building those? Oh my god. Alright, I've like purchased every... Well, they were supposed to be originally Bradley-ish tanks.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Ish. But, now they're like T-55s. I don't know why. Maybe like somebody threatened to sue them for some reason. I don't know. But...
Yeah, I don't know some of the choices they made. They're like, that's not a... And they're like, fine, we'll rename
Well,
it.
the guy named the minigunner in the original game was not holding a minigun, and in this one he's holding a Calico, which is equally not a minigun. However, I know how the military, I know how the military thinks, and I know that if they named a program the minigun program, like a miniature gun, e.g. the minigun program, if they changed the definition, which they are wont to do, yes, that could be a minigunner. I can concede that point. Much like
It's
the,
minigun enough.
well, it's much like the Starship program did not develop anything capable of flying into space. It in fact made a very expensive M60 E2 prototype. And yeah, so I can see them changing the definition. However, at this point, I'm about to start doing very bad things to these people. And I'm thinking chemical warfare might be the next step.
You know, it's baby steps.
You gotta escalate a war through all of its spaces, you know. It wouldn't be also a complete... God, this music is so fucking somber. I wish I could put in something better. Because some of the tracks, I'm like, why? Let's do...
I know, like, for a game about war, it's like... Da-na-na-na-na.
Yeah, no,
It's
fuck
like
that
so
shit.
chill.
Hold on. Let's go... You know what? No. Original, remastered. Let's do that. Forward then.
Unit lost. Unit ready.
Chemical warfare, boys. We're gonna use Tom's
As-
farts.
Ooh, nice.
Lost.
All right, here we go.
Ready. Building.
Oh yeah, I gotta go back to OG if I'm gonna be legit. Even though this map is not OG.
Building.
As you can see in the original, that's a Bradley with like a BMP-ish turret that's been rounded off.
Building. Unit lost.
Right, get in there, boys.
Reinforcements have arrived. Unit
Oh, cool. They have a helicopter and stuff. Who cares? That's what I want. All right. What's he gonna build around it, I wonder? I need a recon run through all this. Before I plan my next step. I smell a heist, boys. I have an idea.
building.
Don't worry. It'll be mostly okay. Hey, it says Twitch. It says we have 69. Oh, no, it started going down because I noticed it. Never mind.
Yeah, I saw 69 for just a sec there. They'll go back up.
Cookie asks the valid question. Favorite Command and Conquer music track? Most people love Hellmarch. I'm a mechanical
I am
man
a basic. I am a Hellmarch guy, unfortunately.
No,
It was just so fun for young me to hear that and think I'm going to war.
the question is which of the Hellmarches was the best? Because 1, 2, and 3
Red
each
Alert.
had one. They each have one. One's actually orchestral.
Well, I know I started playing Command and Conquer in Red Alert, so I don't know if it had Hellmarch. But when I went back, I was playing back through them since Red Alert. So I think it was like Command and Conquer 1, then Red Alert.
I think most people have, like, as you point out, like a disjointed view of the game, because a lot of people would play a game out of sequence because they had a PlayStation before they had a PC that could play it. And
Yeah.
a lot of the... Hold on, let me sell some of these to generate space. There we go. Throughway is important for harvesters. But a lot of people played it on PlayStation or many other things, and they didn't see the full version of the game because even different versions of the game are substantially different in plot, units, mission order. They're pretty wild. It's all like remixes. Also, this is what you should be using your SSN for, infantry rushes. It's great for it. It makes infantry on fire.
Nice.
All right, so we're in a harvester war now. We've reached full harvester warfare stage. All right, let's go ahead and shoot the bejesus out of his harvester and see what he does. Because I have an idea, and it's not very... it might be smart, actually. Hold on. Step 1. The most expensive army known to man. Over here.
All those stealth tanks.
Oh yeah. Well, stealth tanks weren't that stealthy, because as you can see in this, not very stealthy. People would be like, oh, there's a stealth tank in my base. How do you know? Really? But if you put it in the modern one and zoom out, they still do a good job of making them fairly obvious unless they sit still. Now,
Well, I think it's they don't think they show up on the map, which is what was
Yeah.
the big appeal
yeah.
of them when you had like guys standing around.
yeah, that was one thing that Red Alert made you do, was put people around because of spies.
Building.
Yeah, they wouldn't show up on the maps either.
Yeah, and spies are one of those things you're like, why is there that one infantry unit that looks way different? Why is it walking around doing weird stuff?
Ready.
Okay.
Mind your business.
Insufficient funds.
Get in there. You can do it. Oh shit, I hit my own guy. Never mind, we didn't see that.
Slim Pickens says Generals has always been his favorite.
Generals,
Hellmarch or games?
well, as far as games, Generals and 0 Hour were really highly regarded. They were people who came up long after the pixel era. They were the first 3D, and they were good games. They just didn't have like a good overarching plot or anything, but they were solid mechanic-wise. They were all very unique, and I would love to have a remaster of those as well.
Unit ready.
All right, here we go. See, what you do... Oh, they spotted me. Fuck. All right, here we go. It's on. It's on. It's on.
It's on, everybody. It's on.
Yeah, that's... As soon as they spot your stealth tanks, you have to get committed. And stealth tanks exist for one job, which he just sold his... What the fuck kind of 4D chess is this? All right.
Whoa, what?
I don't get it.
He got rid of most of his buildings.
Yeah, to maybe buy weapons? I don't know. That's wild.
Nuclear launch detector.
I have a nuke, actually. Hold on. Let's use it on that guy's right there. Right there. Stand by. Forecast suddenly oh, wow. Yeah, they're actually running out of resources.
Love a co-op a lot what they did in general. Oh, right, co-op.
All right. I'm sending in the gas man.
Unit ready.
Oh, whoop, the SSM got him.
Silo needed. Unit lost.
All right.
Unit ready.
So the Kim guys are pretty interesting. They're like Flamethrower Guy Plus.
Unit ready.
Oh, now it's gonna play the Red Alert 2 version. Nice.
Unit ready. Building.
Gas Squad.
Unit lost. Unit ready.
Here we go, boys.
Building.
Oh, all right.
Lost.
Can't kill all of us. That's a lot of obelisks. Fuck, he's good. It's like my RimWorld base. All right, I got most of them. All right, now let's get into. Let's have some fun, shall we?
Cancel. Building. Unit ready. Building.
All right, so I have most of the Tiberium, and they can't get it. It's mine.
You've won.
Oh, now it's just a matter of time.
Building.
I have them in the economic murder box. I just sit here and I'm like, yes, the money.
Repairing.
Give him the money.
Well, he's got that one big node up there, but I'm pretty sure this guy will contest him for a lot of it. Oh, hold on. All right, let's get 10 more harvesters. Let's beat him to it.
Building.
I'll out-harvest him. I will allow economy to win. Well, time to pave the planet.
Ready.
You know, I have been watching Quish's RimWorld thing. I hope he doesn't react negatively to me saying that.
I don't think he's watching currently. I think he's working, but I think he likes anyone watching.
Well, I'm just saying he hasn't eaten enough people.
Oh, for sure. He is definitely lacking on the. I mean, he lost almost everybody. He had plenty of food after that.
Well, yeah, that's the Donner Party problem.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Hey, look, the gas squad is back.
Building.
Gas squad.
Unit lost. Unit lost.
Go get them, boys. Ah, the sweet smell of farts destroy the infantry. Talk about mustard gas, huh? Well, with Tom's
That
diet,
is-
probably Cheeto gas.
You think?
No, he actually takes care of himself. It's more of a meme
Yeah, I
than
mean-
anything, but you know.
I know the only time like he always was like, "Do you eat candy often?" He's like, "Only when Tech sends it to me."
Yeah,
So I
he turned
think it's a pretty tame.
he turned it into a meme to get free candy, is what I'm saying. He knew what he was doing.
I know it's great.
All right, so you may notice that these guys have a base and has people in it, and I don't like that. He's got a tank patrolling.
Unit ready.
All right. What's he got over here? 2 obelisks and obelisks and obelisks. All right. Well, time to time to launch Operation Fire Sale. Here we go.
Building. Reinforcements have arrived.
Now, this will work, or we will all die. Fitty fitty.
Unit ready.
Take it.
Building.
Take it. Okay, 2 guys made it. 2 guys made it. Oh shit, I got it. I got it, and sell his factory.
Construction.
And then my guys come out. There we go. Oh, I got that. All right, let's sell that. More reinforcements, shall we? All right, let's destroy that. And let's get that. And he can't get out. And now I'm destroying his base from within with his own guys.
Yes.
Fire sale.
Fire sale.
Fire sale. You just declare fire sale and then you take their base and burn it down.
Fair enough.
Now for Fire Sale 2, Commando. You can turn anything into an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie if you have enough infantry.
Get out of here.
Get out of here! Listen, it's important. I have to punch the walrus or the world will end. Yeah, yeah. I once stabbed a duck with another duck. It's like, Arnold,
already did that.
what does that mean? I'll kill you. Yeah. Yeah. I'm terrifying. That's how I talk. Yeah. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the corner. Ah yes, Command and Conflagrate. Time for Commando Boogaloo. Pretty much. So step one of commandos is build way too many of them that you can't afford to lose. And then you send them all in at once. And then you keep the enemy busy with a series of airstrikes and nuclear strikes and stuff. And then you send this guy in. And believe it or not, canonically his name is Havoc. I hate that I know that.
Yeah.
So Havoc goes in here, and he is the coolest tough guy in the setting. I'll nuke them just to keep them busy. And there we go. There you go. That one was left-handed. Keep them coming. Yeah, it's like I have a t-shirt that says that on it. Up, and he's out. I win. One commando. The rest will get into commando chapter. This commando will go on to be Chad Chaddington. Don't shoot him. Oh man, they got him. Oh no. I guess I have to use other tactics. I suppose he doesn't care for my, well, tactics so far. It's amazing to think that you can actually still play this though in a variety of modes, because zooming out and going high def does make this feel like a completely different game. Alright, there it is.
Really good what they did with it.
Alright, lost that helicopter, but he's got a good defense. I'm gonna have to sweat him out. Or I'm gonna have to use Cargonian tactics.
Sell them out.
Well, step one. I just have to tell him the base is closed. Stand by.
Sorry guys, can't be here, it's closed.
Yeah, yeah, it's like they don't get it. Yep, I just gotta go ahead and put up the fence, let them know that base is closed now. That was left hand. Now, my favorite command unit, like my favorite set of voice lines, though, has to be from StarCraft. Original StarCraft was like, had the coolest fucking voice lines.
Yeah, I always loved. It was one of the few games that I would have units that would repeat the same thing forever, and it never got on my nerves.
Well, yeah, like my favorite was the Siege Tank and the Fire Bat. I thought those were the coolest fucking voice lines.
Oh yeah, this Fire Bat's great.
Yeah, it's just like, propane and propane accessories. Just, yeah, I thought that was like the coolest unit. Like, just, here's this unit and all they do is drugs and burn stuff. Yeah.
Most of the Marines do that too.
SCV,
like,
good to go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Or SCV, good to go. Like, they just all sounded really rednecky.
They sounded like they had fun making it, which is kind of rare.
You mean from a different time, a different era?
Yeah, that's the different era for sure.
Yeah. But no, I think that, I mean, God, the Siege Tank guy was funny, because he just sounded like the epitome of everyone's impersonation of anyone's first sergeant in the U.S. military that I ever heard. Was just a vaguely southern accent, and then just this very accentuated way of pronunciating things, and just being like, I will drop the hammer and I will deliver indiscriminate justice, you know, and it's just like this constant monotone that's yelled, and like, you know, just outstanding. I think that's some
like
of the
Gunny Smoot level stuff.
Yeah, I just love that, because you're like, oh yeah, this is that guy, this is what they do, so you can just click a unit and know their personality. Oh, that's a Siege Tank. It's nice.
Having like identifiers for your units is always a good way to learn the game as well.
Well, yeah, because you go, oh, this is this, this is that. You're used to hearing them in your head, and you know kind of what they do. Anyways, the sandbag wall of soon-to-be-closed businesses is approaching target. Stay on target. Stay on target. Stay on target. Oh yeah. Softer or catch. Catch. He's right. The vultures and the Goliaths. FDIC approved.
Dude, I love the Goliath. They just showed me Goliath online.
Yeah,
No, I never saw what their purpose was. Like, I built them 100. Like, never once was I like, that's a good choice.
No, in Goliaths, the one thing that I ever saw in Goliaths that was like remotely useful was they are a mid-tier cavalry unit where they do anti-aircraft when upgraded and anti-everything okay. And so you build like 2 groups of 12 of them and you use them in addition to other units to plug a hole in the line. But essentially, they're not worth it.
Yeah, they never felt worth it. Like, and yeah, I learned early that never just use them by themselves. They are not meant for that.
No. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce a new game to the enemy. And this game is called, oh my god, oh shit. All right, so all the harvesters are doing what harvester does. This is called harvester games and I fucking hate it. All right. Okay. There's 2
They all want in.
No, they all want in that one, and there's a perfectly good one over there, but it's spoken for, like some bell of the ball. And I lost a unit. God damn it. All right, that's it. Now I'm mad. That's it? Hello. I live in your base now. Okay, that's actually smart. Shit. That was actually really smart. You bastard. All right, that's it. Cheap it is.
Cancel. Building.
That's it. It's time to play. Oh, look at this. A Viceroid. I got it fenced in, too. Nice. I'm gonna blow it up.
Construction complete. Our base is under attack.
That's cool.
Building.
Somebody has some really nice Atlas and Mech Warrior stuff. That guy must be a Mech Warrior streamer.
Cool. It's nice to see.
I mean, the guy. Wait, have you ever looked at a NGNG TV?
I've seen them around. Yeah. They've been doing MechWarrior Online and stuff related to that for a long while.
Yeah, that's what they do. I was just noticing they have a whole bunch of BattleTech things. So.
Oh yeah, they've been in the community for a long while.
Building.
Okay, let's see. I have to micro these fucking turrets. I need them. I need them to not rush me up here. All right, one moment.
Structure.
I love how 100% of people who did the prediction said this will work, so no one's gonna win money.
Structure. Solid.
What?
So somebody set up a prediction to see if your move will work, and everyone said yes, it'll work.
Oh, well.
So it was like a bet, and everyone betted yes.
I see. Oh, they said build PD Wheatstraw. Well, Matt Asgardian, that would be difficult. He is the devil's son-in-law, as you know. Not a unit in this game, as I am familiar. Closest thing to him would be the Commando, just based on abilities and ability to do great damage. Oh man, this is bad. Okay. They're using a big infantry mob versus turrets, which is horrific, but that's what they do very well. It's why I actually think and say that Nod's turrets are not as good as GDI's, because the splash and burst of the GDI's advanced turret is anti-aircraft, anti-everything, and kills infantry really quick. Alright, I'm just gonna bring this guy up to the front, as these turrets barely hold the line, as he finds that my defensive line and his defensive line have suddenly merged out of nowhere.
Our base is under attack.
What are they doing?
Repairing.
He's just sitting there trying to hurt me.
Construction complete.
That's not nice.
Building.
Well, time to kill him. Imagine sitting in a SAM site and seeing your enemy build a fucking Doom Tower on the perimeter, slowly, and then use it to blow your building up. It's like a medieval siege at that point.
Repairing. Our base is under attack.
It is.
Oh my
Put up
god.
a Sam. Oh, we could.
We could. It's on my to-do list, but he's not doing enough damage. I'm not really concerned about it. I'm slowly creeping into his base. But I probably will put up a Sam. I was starting that initially, but these motherfuckers were being very insistent, and I was just like, you know what? That's not cool.
Yes, sir. No. Moving out. Affirmative.
Our base is under attack.
Actually, I'm gonna move him over here as I build the SAM site.
Repairing.
Now, a lot of people think the Obelisk Elite is a really tough unit. It's not. It needs a lot of help, frequently.
Building.
Yes, sir.
I think it's a good. It works well in a group.
It works well, complemented, and it's really good against something like big, single, expensive units. But it is not a be-all, end-all, and it is a power hog, and it will not work without power, unlike the turrets. So, a lot of people forget the basic stuff and just rush for the obelisk, and then, like, shit doesn't work anymore. Alright, so, let's go ahead and just start killing that base, then.
Unit lost.
I want that base. I will build artillery to kill it.
Silos needed. Structure solid.
There we go.
Unit ready. Building.
Up, yep.
Unit lost.
AI is actually being pretty smart and selling buildings as soon as it gets beyond a point worth fixing, and then using that immediately on me.
Ready. Building.
Good move.
Reinforcement of
Yeah, he's built a fuckload of obelisks, but I don't think he has the power for it, so he's fine with losing shit.
Unit lost. Reinforcements have arrived. Unit lost. Unit ready.
Yeah, that's fine. Do your worst. I have already won.
Unit ready. Building. Unit lost.
Soon I will enter them into the annals of Zorg. I will purify them with the castigation of flame and fury.
Building.
And we'll make a music video or
Reinforcements have
something.
arrived. Unit ready.
Yeah, I remember that.
Building.
Alright, so here we go.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Prism Tower all the way. Red
Oh,
Alert
God.
two
Prism
Tesla
Tower.
Towers versus
Oh.
a Prism Tower.
Prism
Didn't the
Tower.
Prism Tower just like power up by based on more of the light ones nearby? So it's
Yeah,
like one big
oh.
beam instead of like electric shocks.
Exactly. And if you built all the towers in sequence, you could have a base that was rung by those towers that would all feed into it. So that single blast was just like horrifying.
Reinforcements have arrived.
I mean, it would just delete units if you had enough of them, like instantly. Alpha them off the field. Pretty useful.
Unit ready. Building.
Okay, all these things are just dumb. You guys need to all go out there and then come back again and think about where you need to go because we're running out of room. Sadly, for harvesters.
Building.
We're just gonna have to start like pouring Tiberium into holes in the ground. It's gonna be like the start of the oil industry. You know what I mean? Where they just
Have arrived.
they were like, what do we do with this dangerous thing called gasoline? It's volatile, and they're like, put it in the river. Don't worry about it, boulder dash. And
Construction complete.
I mean, that's what I see. That's what we'd be doing with Tiberium. I think it would honestly just be like, whatever.
Tiberium addicts, man. Not even
Tiberium.
once.
Yeah, don't fall in with the Tiberium addicts.
Unit ready.
Never turn your back on someone who's got on the T.
Reinforcements.
Them
have arrived.
Tiberium addicts, you can't trust them. All they do is shoot that crystal into their brain and die because it's literally radioactive rocks. They shouldn't do it.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir.
Reinforcements.
Did Manus Guardian
have
say I should reason with these guys? Like, the guys I'm shooting with the death rays? I'm not a fan of that.
Ready.
I tried talking, but it just, no.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Artillery.
So I'm gonna step out. I'm gonna bring Polish in.
Ah, excellent.
So everyone, make sure to say hello to your Drone Strike.
Oh, well, yeah, he's really cool. It'll be nice.
Reinforcements have arrived.
I am in.
Hello.
I am ready. I am full power gamer.
Well, how's it going in Polish gamer land?
It's pretty okay. I watched some animes. The animes.
The animes? The animes. Yes. I've heard of these animes before. I've heard of
What
these.
was the
Yes.
What was the name of that Elizabeth Kian that she invented them? Was that the girl?
Yeah.
That's the woman who drew those big-eyed children.
Yeah, yeah, those.
Eyes.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yes, Elizabeth Kian. Yes. That's the thing. I see you're playing Command and Conquer.
I'm being very old, as you know, as I am. Lots
all
of
know.
ancient person,
Ancient.
and I enjoy older games, and remasters of older games. So I'm very old, and this is one of them at the moment.
Yeah, it's the. I never got behind the OG Command and Conquers. The oldest one I played was Red Alert 2.
Oh, that's fine.
That's
We'll play that next.
I think it's possible. Like there are some like ways to play them on the modern systems.
Oh, there are.
People are-
Oh, I'm gonna play the remaster rather of Red Alert next, and I'm gonna just have that fun. And
Yeah,
I'll,
but
I'll show you
the
the
old Red
madness of
Alert.
it. Oh well,
The Red Alert 1, and the second is not remastered yet.
no, not
Maybe
yet.
They will do it.
Not yet. I think they will because this was nice. Unless they're evil, then they won't.
I'm interested how they do it because this is like still a sprite-based game.
Oh yeah, but you can do this to
Red
it.
Alert 2, oh yes, but it's still like sprites.
Well, yeah.
But I was looking into the technology behind the Red Alert 2, and it's actually all in 3D. Like
Well,
it's
right.
all voxel based to the point that it's not just sprites, because like for example, if you use rockets, people like did the testing, and if you use rockets, you can flip vehicles over with explosions. So there's physics and 3D, which is insane.
Oh yeah, the game kept pushing insane limits of stuff, and it kept getting delayed because they were pushing insane limits of stuff, and it ended up just wild.
Yeah, it's an insane game for 2000. It came out on just 2000, yeah, 2000. Just it was one of those games that we received. My father received because he got a bunch of guys. It was Poland 2000. And as you can imagine, Poland 2000, a concept of buying video games was still a not very respected way.
I
So
understand.
he had those guys at his workplace when he just where they would just give him a blank CD and they would just say, "Here, games, take."
Of course.
Bunch of unlabeled CDs. And,
I will go home and put this into my computer. No problem.
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, it's we discovered Red Alert 2 that way. But we actually had the big box release of Red Alert 1. I remember because I never seen it being played, because once we got Red Alert 2, it was only Red Alert 2.
Yeah, Red Alert
but
2
we had
was
the
pretty fucking sweet though. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, compared to Red Alert 1, isn't it just a reskin of the Command and Conquer game? Like, what are the differences?
there's some subtle differences from Command and Conquer 1 to Red Alert 1 to Dune 2000.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Those 3 games are 3 different steps on the way to Red Alert 2. Dune 2000 is really interesting though, because it added in stuff that you saw in Red Alert 2, like unit veterancy, and a few other interesting mechanics. And so they're all in the same engine, but it's like each one's a different iteration or evolution of the same engine. Again, I played a lot of RTS games. I know a lot about Command & Conquer. I could talk about Command & Conquer all day. I would lose my fucking shit if I could ever meet Joseph Kukin.
I'm still more of a Chris Taylor guy myself.
I understand. Excuse me though, I need to burn all of these power plants down.
I see. I'm looking at you, just blowing everyone up. The
Well,
thing
it's-
that they had.
yeah.
No, yeah.
Well, it's what you have to do. You have to burn the power, because then the laser zap don't work, and then I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, like in here you just have to be like high up. Like you see that there's no indication that they don't have power, but
I just
the
have to.
indication is that they don't shoot you.
Yeah, it's well, you have to be brave. This is like driving an old car. You have to trust that fucking gauge. Now these things suck in destroying a lot of buildings, but the big soft buildings they murder the shit out of.
Like one thing that I understood just by looking at the game, that is not as balanced. Like because in every other Command & Conquer game, like Generals, Command & Conquer 3, even Red Alert 2, when you have a tank and you shoot at infantry, it does stupidly low damage to the infantry, and here, when you just have explosive, it kills infantry instantly, everyone. Because that's what would realistically happen. They just thought in that way, and not in like, oh, we have to make infantry viable against other targets.
No, they made it to where, like, if you come out with artillery, yeah, you blow up all the infantry. It's pretty fucking
There is no
hilarious.
infantry.
Yeah, and yeah, they didn't understand what balance was back then. They were just like, yeah, the only thing that's weak are the super weapons. Like, this nuke is sad. Watch. Not that great. I would want my money back if I bought a nuke
What?
like that.
What the? Not even destroyed?
Well, imagine imagine
not
if
even the towers were destroyed.
imagine if you were a horrible, you know, like dictator or whatever, cult leader like Nod, and you bought a nuke and you set it off after saying some prophetic stuff, and it did nothing. I mean, that would be really sad. It's like a sad fireworks display. I mean, as far as fictional dictators go, that's a really sad opener.
Reinforcements have arrived.
I still think that I didn't play it, but we had a video game channel back in the day on TV, and I remember I saw a lot of World in Conflict on that channel.
Oh, I remember the shit. Yeah, World in Conflict was a
But-
great ass game.
But the thing I remember was the nukes. The nukes in that game were proper.
Oh god, they were amazing. The World in Conflict was, oh, here they go, he's dying. I win! Fuck you!
Victory!
Flawless victory. Not really. I turned that into the fucking Psalm.
At least you didn't run out of money on the map.
Yeah, but look at that. Yeah, I mean, I did all right. I used a lot of fire though.
What is that spinny clock is so hilarious. It's like,
Oh yeah. Oh dude,
it's a clock,
it's
not
fucking
spinning.
great, dude. It's spinny clock. Don't worry about it.
it's
Don't-
spinny o'clock, bro.
Don't worry about it. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be just fine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit standby. It'll be easy, and then I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna switch on over to the other game that was included with this game, which is the Red Alert. The Red Alert, and Red Alert actually had a bit bigger of a following in time, because when I went back and looked, especially at what people saw overseas, licensed and everything else, Red Alert seemed to be more universal than the original Command & Conquer for some reason. In America, people love the shit out of the original Command & Conquer, but Red Alert was okay, and it sustained them until Red Alert 2 came out, and that was the next big game. So it was interesting.
I think it's just more universal. Like, it's easier to get into the Red Alert version of reality than it is for the more science fiction in Command and Conquer reality.
No, you're fair in that. So should I play East or West?
East, of course.
All right. Who should I be?
For the Union.
For the Union. Let's see. You know what? I could play as Ukraine. I could play as... Who else is... Because the Eastern forces are literally... Ukraine are Soviets. the whole USSR, and the bonuses are 10% cheaper or 10% faster speed. 10%
Go for
cheaper.
10%. Go for 10% cheaper, because like running out of money is the
All right,
biggest.
so well, it is. I mean, I remember Red Alert 2, and Red Alert. Oh yeah, and Red Alert embraced the camp. I agree with you, Octo. I think that's fucking right. I think they embraced the camp, and I know that in the 50s, especially Red Alert 2, went way over the top with Yuri, with all of that bonkers stuff. I mean, with all of the just complete over-the-top lampooning of military forces, of stereotypes, and all that shit that was in that game. I mean, shit, it was a B movie, really. Like, this is the game that played it kind of serious, and then the second one was goofy, and the third one was, my God, that was like Rocky Horror goofy.
It was so funny to see Leland become the president of the United States of America. From Twin Peaks. What was his name?
Oh
John?
God.
No.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I'm gonna make all random AIs for the rest. I don't care
James
what they
Wise.
have. It was nice to see the guy from War Games as well. All right, so I'm gonna go. All right, see custom. Let's see rules. Starting
Cake
units.
Boss.
What?
What do you mean? The Cake Boss said that Red Alert 3 took itself too seriously. What do you mean?
Red Alert 3? You mean the guy who already said like in space? Like
Space.
Space in space.
What do you mean it's too seriously?
I mean,
Like,
do tell. I would like to hear.
yeah, they went absolutely. Yeah, like.
Well, no.
Explain yourself.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's wrong at all. I'm just
saying he's wrong.
No, I'm just curious as to how he arrived at this decision. You know.
Conclusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I hate that one. 1 second. All right. Let's do the original. There we go. I love the Russian heavy tank where you just start with this giant fucking tank and it's like, what is it? And it's like 2 guns. Well, is it a special 2 guns?
Did the tanks with multiple guns fail because it was too complicated to reload?
Generally because there was never a need for it, and then they did it anyways. And I know why that model has 2 guns is basically it's the doubled version of the medium tank from the first Command & Conquer, an attempt to reuse an asset, but it's still kind of cool. It's like a mini mammoth tank.
Yeah. But later they get the proper mammoth tank, or is this the no? I confused the names. From Generals had the Apocalypse tank. China had it.
Yeah, there was God, you're right, because there was multiple incarnations of a dual gun tank throughout the series. GDI had the mammoth tank. The mammoth tank is in Command & Conquer because again, this was like reusing a lot of assets. And then you had the Chinese had that giant tank. I know in Red Alert 2 it was like the Apocalypse tank or something. And like the Chinese tank, I remember you could put guys on the back of it, and they would like be like a little bunker or repair station or something.
It's the Red Alert 2 had that unit, the APC, I think it was. No, APC wasn't Command & Conquer 3. It was I'm looking at it. There was that truck that you can put different infantry into, and it would transform and change the model.
Oh yeah, that was Red Alert 2. That was neat. That was neat. Very comic booky, very camp, but kind of neat. Because then you could have like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. It had a lot of utility.
But the absolute like the most the IFV, yeah, Stuka said. And yeah, it was super cool because it as a child it's cool to like see a model change when you do something to it. But another super insane thing it was the spy system.
Okay.
That you could just like infiltrate different buildings and get different units.
Oh yeah.
Chrono Commandos.
That's when the game got crazy. But Cake Boss did say why he thinks it took too seriously, and I think he has a good point. I think he actually does have a good point. He's talking about the writing not matching what the good actors are doing.
The writing didn't match what?
Well, scroll up. Read his thing.
Yeah, I know. There isn't how they did the writing, but they had like the goofball acting, but the dialogues they delivered were also like written weirdly. So I still don't think I get it, because
It's a weird B movie if it's a B movie. I'll say that much.
Like they still had the conflict of the emperor being old and like, oh, we need to destroy their monuments to destroy their morale, and everyone is like, what, you're stupid. We really shouldn't use our resources to destroy some old like statues. And there was like I don't know. I don't think I agree.
I think they just let George Takei do whatever he wanted, and they wrote the plot based around it. I think, you know, they were like, George, look, you're the emperor of Japan. The time has come. Will you do it? And he's like, no, maybe. Okay, so they're gonna attack my base here, and I built in wrong order like a moron. So here comes what we like to call hubris.
Maybe your resource collector will tank it for long enough.
It
they have
will
an insane amount of health.
They do. It's just shitty to lose one this early. One moment.
I remember before Command & Conquer Remastered, there was a project named Open Array.
Yep,
like
that's how I play. That's how I play Dune. Dune 2000 is Open Array.
Yeah, like it allowed you to zoom everything out so that, or maybe the resolution worked like that, so the soldiers were even smaller than they are right now.
Oh yeah,
everything was so zoomed out.
It had a huge zoom out on it. It made battlefields nuts. It made you actually want to micro everything.
Yeah.
All right, so he got my factory, which sucks because I was a moron there. However, he didn't kill me, which means now I retaliate.
You managed to get enough tanks to defend yourself.
Yeah, this is the give and take of early game.
They just applied Supreme Commander logic. Everything is better when you can zoom out.
Not exactly. Supreme Commander is one of those games where I'm like, thank God they did it. I don't feel that way with all games. I definitely don't.
I started playing Supreme Commander again, and I just like there's too much in that game, too much work, too much like artistic design, too much everything for me to be able to switch to other like Total Annihilation, like not you know, the games that want to emulate Total Annihilation.
There's a lot of games that try to emulate everything, but
Beyond All Reason and 0K, those are the two of the biggest ones.
I just don't get it. I don't see a lot of it myself, you know?
I checked 0K, but the sound effects and like overall presentation is just too weak for me to get in. Like Supreme Commander, what it has, like it's cool that it has that economic system that is different than anything else, and you don't have to like worry that your resources will run out. But the thing that just makes me come back every time is the fact that they hired some wonderful artists to, you know, make everything look as good. The factions are so distinct and they are just so
little things of care do make all the difference in the world. I agree. Yeah. One moment, I need to let them play with the angry Christmas tree and crush. Thank you very much. Oh man, I'm getting my shit beat to death today.
Gonna look at the chat. Jiri Monster is asking what was the first Russia's combat jet prototype? What was it called?
First Russian combat jet prototype? Probably Yak 15.
Because he says it's not the MiG-9.
No, it's probably the Yak 15, if memory serves. But I'm not a really big expert on the Yak or MiG design bureaus. Migoyan and Gorurovich and the various design bureaus of the former Soviet Union. I know the vast and broad capabilities, but I'm not like a huge plane nerd in that.
You're more of a ship guy.
Yeah. And that's fine. I mean, it's like someone who's a car guy or what have you. Everyone has their focus. See, he's trying to crush me so he can have my ore, and I can't let him have it because it's mine. The spice must flow, my friend.
Can't you since he's neglecting the navy, maybe you can just blow him up from the shore?
I will, in time. But first, I must reassert my dominance on the land, and I must let him know that this is in fact my land and only my land.
Cake Boss is asking if we had played Twisted Insurrection. I think it's a mod made for the second second Command and Conquer game. For the
I may have.
That expansion.
I may have. But if I did, I don't want to lie and say I remember it because I fucking don't. I played.
It's a Tiberian Sun mod. Yeah.
I think I want to say I played a Firestorm expansion.
Oh, Firestorm. It's a standalone modification. Nice. So anyone can play it even without having the game.
Alright, so we gotta get all this ore. And because other harvesters are already starting to get into my territory.
If only you had those collectors with guns on them.
Oh god, the Red Alert 2, yeah, the Red Alert 2 collectors were fucking awesome. I thought those were the coolest things, because they were actually tough, and each of them had a gimmick, like the Allied one being able to disappear, that was neat. Like, just whoosh.
Teleport in.
Yeah.
Teleported instantly to the collection zone.
Yep.
The refinery.
Yeah, it was actually really cool.
I love that the AI in Red Alert 2 have running over people actually programmed and emphasized. Like all of the tanks, if they saw infantry, they would just run you over. There was no time. They knew shooting them with guns wasn't as effective, so they used the running over feature, which was very scary.
Oh god,
just
yes.
Invalidated all of your things.
Well, yeah, you build this really cool infantry wall of complex units, and some of them are like relatively high-tech units, and you're like, oh, yes, my technology, I'm a smart boy. And then you walk into the one unit, and it just electrocutes them, and it's like a fucking cartoon skeleton. Oh my god.
Yeah, they are just some things that will stay the same. There is a human, you electrocute it, it dies instantly.
Well, yeah, that's what's great. I love the Tesla Troopers in 2, one of my favorite units. Seriously.
What are you doing? Are you doing a tower creep?
Yup. These guys got numbers. I misplayed my early game, so I'm adjusting tactics. They are way more aggressive than I am.
Construction complete. Silos needed. Building. Construction complete. Building.
Alright, let's have some fun.
Silos needed.
Command and Conquer like to rely on that. Oh, you have to be next to your base to build. You can't just build inside your
I liked
base.
that you could build whatever you wanted in mini games. I think that's fan-fucking-tastic. Notice also, because I did this, I didn't do it with buildings like a smart person. I forgot. In Red Alert 2, they limited that. Like an idiot. Or sorry, in Red Alert 1, rather. Don't worry, I can build silos. They're screaming for me to do that anyways. Actually, I have a better idea. I think I need some airfields. Notice the airfield image also shows a C-130. I don't think so.
I couldn't recognize a plane just by that silhouette.
Oh yeah, Tesla Troopers are great.
Silos needed. Construction options.
When in doubt, bomb it out. I agree.
Building.
Thank you, Curtis.
Needed. Building.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just build a nice, big, fat, stupid Air Force, and I'm just going to constantly bomb the shit out of them while I try to figure out what else I can do. Because they got me hemmed in here, and I'm probably going to have to creep toward them a bit. And that's
How many planes can you build on one airfield?
one. It is one per runway, so you can build giant packs of them, but when it comes down to like repairing, rearming, and re-equipping them, it's a motherfucker. It is not good. So we're gonna build 2 more MiGs, and then I'm going to try to build a sub pen because they're starting to encroach on my harvesters, even in my limited harvesting area, and that's not acceptable.
Unit ready.
A sub pen.
Construction complete.
Yes, very, very, very old school sub pens. Oh, can't deploy here. Yes, you can. You just don't want to. There's a difference.
Ready. Building.
I'm so happy that RTS is like grew out of presenting the areas that you haven't explored yet as black voids. Like I really dislike that.
You can't see
part
that.
of all
It's
RTSs.
unknowable.
It's the void. What's out there? We don't know yet.
No one
the planes
can.
don't, and the planes don't even reveal the oh, what? The planes don't reveal the fog of war.
Not really, no.
That's horrible. That's what they can just look from the sky. That's supposed to be useful. Scouting is supposed to exist by that time.
Scouting? Sir, by 1950 whatever, there are whole parts of this planet that are completely unknown. They're like, where's Sweden? Nobody knows.
Building.
Nobody knows.
Construction complete.
Silo or silos. If they destroy your ore silos, will you lose money?
Construction complete.
Probably. I mean, they're full of ore.
Construction complete. Unit lost. Building.
Like there is not a lot that I know about Remastered 1. So, because their silos didn't return in the sequel. They just ditched that feature.
It became a leftover from Dune, believe it or not. It's the spice silos and all that, and they just kept it, and it became part of resource management people didn't want to deal with. They were just like, boo. It's like Dwarf Fortress. Most people don't like the fact you have to have an accountant, but it makes sense. It's a simulator.
I love accountants. Like I when I have an accountant in Fortress, I usually just pair it up with being a manager. Like I am too lazy to not have a manager person in Dwarf Fortress. It's just way too useful.
I get you. I
always
love all the
like
power plants in this as well. They're like the Battery C power plant from Pink Floyd. I think that's really cool.
Building. On hold.
Before internet was widespread, you had to look for references elsewhere.
Yes. Oh, the Night Clerk has gifted 1 subs to viewers.
Building.
Who has become the fortunate suburb,
Construction.
the suburban?
Building. Construction complete.
So what towers are usually? If they break the chain, if they destroyed like one,
Building.
Oh, they
Or
are.
silo.
They're already shooting at the silo. Don't worry.
but will it break the chain? Will you have to like reconnect it, or will it still?
Probably, but I don't know. Let's find out. Don't worry. It'll be fine. Man, these guys are...
Be all.
Yeah, these guys are really shooting the shit out of each other, too.
Oh, red. Where did red come from?
None of my
There are other
business.
people here.
None of my business. I have done my part. Whoa! Whatever that was loud.
I don't have the game audio because I don't want to hear myself.
No, it's fine. Rainer the Raven Guard gifted a bunch of tier 1 subs, so thank you. That's really cool. Righteous. I don't know what that does, but I presume it's good.
More money for the war chest.
The war... Ah! Yeah, I don't follow up on all that stuff. I'm not a good guy with that. Uh-oh.
You're not the master of the coin.
Not really, no. In fact, I'm probably the least likely person you should give money. I'd just be like, nah, I'll just give it away. That's why I'm not in charge of it.
Just the charity terrorist.
Oh wow, these guys are really getting mad.
They're just ants. Don't you have flamethrowers in this one?
Oh, I'm about to introduce them to them. However, the flamethrowers in this one were weird because they shoot the fireball, you know.
Not the fire stream.
Hey look, it's Lictor Imperialis, who's always here to show us some fun things. Stand by, I need to burn people to death. Burn. Uh-oh. Yeah, don't shoot at the thing that shoots giant balls of flame, dingus. I think they cover that in, like, military training. They're like, if you see a tower that shoots balls of flame at your mouth, don't touch it.
At least it has an area of effect attack.
Yeah, that is
Many
nice.
Many old games, like, they surprisingly, like, don't have it at all. I think that the biggest, for me at least, the thing that is most lacking, for example, from Diablo 2 for me is melee characters not having any area of attack, you know.
Oh, I get you. And praise Zorg. Praise Zorg. Oh, here we go. We're gonna go ahead and grab this now. Let's grab that and, aha, money.
Money? Oh, a crate. Jesus, look at those PowerPoint dollar signs.
Oh yeah, it's great. I'm just gonna keep shelling people.
You can build towers from those towers that you already surfaced.
Good enough for now.
Chain anymore.
Yeah, I'm gonna do good enough for now because I'm gonna change tack because I'm starting to kind of push these assholes a little bit out of here because I don't want them here. And this is my harvester land. First of all, mine, not theirs. I stole it fair and square.
There's not much gold left.
I know, and it's annoying as shit. So now I have to destroy them with ballistic missiles.
Are there any better here?
What do you mean?
Like, because nukes in Command & Conquer were weak as fuck.
Oh, they are. They're weak as shit. That's why I'm glad they added in smart people stuff. One moment, I need to blow up another harvester.
What is the smart people stuff?
Well, I'm gonna use this thing called the ballistic missile submarine, and then I'm gonna build a few mammoth tanks, and then I'm probably gonna build maybe a nuclear attack truck or two. Haven't decided.
Nuclear attack truck.
Yeah, I'm also having to make a please don't come in wall for people who are interested in somehow involving themselves in my territorial affairs. I've decided to put an end to that. Ah, yes, my ballistic missile submarine, which is really a short-range SLBM boat. But let's go play with him. Ballistic missiles. All right, here we go.
Unit ready. Building.
Will it surface and
Building.
It has to
load.
because it's not a good submarine. It's like, is this a ballistic missile submarine? And they're like, yes, asterisk.
so actual real-life missile submarines don't have to surface?
Not the modern ones, no, but the 1950s ones, some of them, yes. In fact, most
How
of them.
does that work?
Well, there's a lot of things that go into that would be somewhat difficult to explain on stream, but
And while playing an RTS, somewhat stressful RTS game.
it's not that stressful. I'm kind of taking my time with it. I've kind of beaten these guys out of my corner. One moment.
They run out of money.
There we go.
Construction complete.
Ah, like that. That's a weird way of shooting missiles.
Yeah, that's how the, yeah, believe it or not, look at the Regulus missile and other missile systems like it, and you'll find, quite a lot of information on how that shit was done back in the 50s. Not great.
A Regulus missile at me.
Ah, yes. Excellent. Mammoth tanks. Soon I will become king of war.
Select target.
Alright, let's move you over here. You've visited many places. Let's go visit more. Let's go find people. Alright. Time to do stuff. What do I need to do? Ah, that's right. Or trucks.
How many paratroopers can you order at once?
Just one flight at once, but it's enough. Because a group of paratroopers in this, if you can drop them on an enemy building, they'll kill it.
Like like teleport killing in Doom.
No, I just mean in the middle of an enemy base. Most people don't build mid-base defenses or have anything, so a squad of infantry dudes can knock out a few power plants very easily. However, now I send up the anger tank, and he does his business. And then in the middle of it, the anger tank. In the middle of it, I destroy somebody's, you know, everything. Here we go.
I think he's dry, he don't have, like, it's, the base is dead. Too bad you can't sell enemy buildings.
You can. You just have to capture them first.
Ah, yeah, you have to.
Construction options.
There is a method to the madness. You know, there's that new game that's been played in the Legion. It's that city simulator game. CJ was playing it, and a few other people were playing it. I forget the name of it. Like Song of Six, I think.
I think I never heard of this.
Yeah, it's really fascinating. I wouldn't mind trying to play that on stream, but the problem is I don't know an architect or a city builder. I don't know anyone. Anyone who does that, Polish. I know no one who does those sorts of things.
If only there was a way to find to find a person engaged with the
If I get a little better at it, could I ask you to maybe join, perhaps at some point? Mainly because
Sure.
I know that we all joke that all you know are commie blocks or brutalism or what have you, but the actual form and function of a city is remarkably fascinating as an art.
Song of Six, that thing. It's like that 10,000 dwarf on screen game.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I also wanted to check that out, but yeah, we can do that for sure.
And I don't mind if it takes a
like-
long time to get to combat. It like Dwarf Fortress, the less combat you trust me with, the better we'll be.
Combat is not the main course. Can you still shoot a rocket while you have a tank on top of the silo? You shouldn't really do that. You shouldn't put an anger tank on top of the silo hatch.
No, that's a repair silo thing. It uses energy and heals. And now I have to literally build the Iron Curtain, which, as you know, was a physical item that was laid over your country. Did you know that? In history?
So like a
yeah.
blanket.
Like a giant,
from space.
yeah, a giant blanket all the way to space that was very heavy and it was hot and no one liked it. They were like, this Iron Curtain is too heavy. That's the Cold War.
Yes. That was the 5-year plan.
That was the 5-year plan, to build a Iron Curtain of space. I would love if that was our real history. If it was like there was some power block that had built literally a curtain of space, and that's why they were a power block.
Like up to the building limits of real life, which
Yeah.
is space elevator level.
That's what I mean. They build a space elevator to keep you from you know, getting into their country. They're like, no. I think
Space
that would be
elevator.
I think that would be fucking crazy.
A space elevator that is also a wall at the same time.
Well, it has to be. It has to have like a little hole in it that they can open, like a Sally port, you know? You gotta be good
You're
at that
running out of
timing.
money.
I am. I'm running out of enormous amounts of money because I'm now doing a building program, which is expensive.
Unit ready. Building.
That's what infrastructure gets you. But do you need so much power?
For what I'm going to do, I'm going to need all the power known to man.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
However, right now I'm trying to economize my units.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Crush the crunchies.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
says, I played it about the Song of Six. I played it for about 12 hours and only killed like 15 bandits. It's fun, but balancing the needs and expansion of your citizens
Well,
is hard.
one thing
hard
that
enough that it's...
Well, one thing, and I think that's interesting, because that's the same thing with Dwarf Fortress. Like, Dwarf Fortress, you can technically build giant stuff, if you can do it.
I mean, like, it's extremely... It requires extreme amounts of micro.
Exactly. That's what I mean, is it's like, you can do shit like that, but some games are just... It's why you watch some people like Pablo or Krug Smash on YouTube play Dwarf Fortress. Is they have just that natural ability to read the game and know what you need and just make everything work.
Construction complete.
Yeah, it's extremely labor intensive. Like, every single block you place has to be constructed. You have to plan it out so your dwarves don't get lost in pathfinding.
Yeah, you have to build stockpiles that are good for 10 years from now. Otherwise, you have to build another one.
And they're not too far, so they are not useless. But yeah, the thing that is different in that Song of Six game is that expansion is like there's a lot more involvement in expansion. So in Dwarf Fortress you can send search parties or like raid parties to raid other sites.
Yeah, that's still relatively new, and I think that's cool.
One of the newer features.
Yeah.
But in Song of Six is like there's a lot more to that. You can actually like RTS style control your units and actually see with your own eyes the things that happen outside of your fort. From what I saw, there are not a lot. There's not a lot of like interesting videos on that game. There's like it's like Factorio.
Well, sure.
It's a game it's a game that doesn't have a lot of like interesting, entertaining videos made about it. Just like 10 hours stream pods and nothing else.
Well, and that's fine. It's like there wasn't really someone who told stories with Dwarf Fortress until the Something Awful forums started it in text-based with stuff like Boat Murdered. And then it became, again, around with Krug Smash and people like that who are brilliant storytellers.
For a long time, the most popular creator, like an online creator, was Vark Skeletor Joel from Vinusos. He had the biggest Dwarf Fortress stream for like years, until he was finally overthrown by the likes of Krug Smash. But before that, it was only text or very, like, hello, I'll make my Dwarf Forge tonight, and it's very good.
It's
those
really,
kinds of videos.
Well, it's really hard to really talk over it. You have to have a knack for storytelling. That's what Krug Smash does best. Is he the best Dwarf Fortress player? No, not at all. The best Dwarf Fortress player is probably the guy in the forum that actually colonized hell. But in terms of like the best storyteller in Dwarf Fortress, the guy who can tell the best stories, Krug Smash is that guy 100,000%. I mean, the guy has that in the bag. He knows how to tell those stories in such a way where you know what's going on and you can kind of fill in the gap in your head as to what happened.
Yeah, that, and also he has enough creativity to just like get the sandbox, like become like know all of the most of the mechanics, and like he actually wants to do something interesting with them.
Yeah,
like it takes time to learn, but you have to have that mindset of just getting that sandbox and having this grand plan, like Shotgun Bill was that guy?
Yeah, Shotgun Bill.
Admin. He made the Kenshi, insane Kenshi.
He built
cities.
It wasn't cities. He built a Kenshi fucking civilization, and he was like, "Here's my latest thing on Kenshi," and we'd look at it, and he would have like a walled civilization that was a quarter of the map. No problem.
Yes.
No problem.
So I just
did this and.
So I installed a mod so I can have 270 characters at once instead of just 50. Here's look at this giant hall with all my characters inside. Look, listening to some speech.
Yeah, here's me countering the main bad guy of the game effortlessly. And you're like, good God, Bill. Like, I have trouble finding pants.
It's just there are just people who are made for playing those kinds of games. I don't think I'm like made for Dwarf Fortress because after I master, like I know how to make most stuff. I have no idea how to make minecarts. Fuck no.
I don't
but other
think
than that,
anyone does. Every person I've talked to in Dwarf Fortress, when they talk about minecarts, they tell the same story. They're like, well, it's tricky, and I'm like, that's not a solution. They're like, well, it's tricky. It's kind of the same thing with people in wiring in Space Station 13. People who are just good at wiring, they go, oh, it's tricky. And you go, bullshit, it's tricky. You're just able to make art effortlessly. And they're like, yeah, it's tricky. I'm like, some things are really just talent. And
I think I think you could make a Tech Talks Battletech scale video by just reading the wiki article on the Dwarf Fortress wiki on minecarts. It's so fucking huge.
If you want to see bonkers, like go read the Dwarf Fortress wiki for what are called stupid dwarf tricks. The stupid dwarf tricks part of the wiki, like some of the crazy shenanigans people have done, like Journey to the Center of the Earth and stuff like that, is amazing. Oh look, these guys are trying to destroy my stuff, but I keep destroying theirs.
Look at the right side of the map. There's so much fucking cash there.
Yeah, and they won't go get it because there's a guy in the corner that's been stabbing everyone. So me and this other guy are literally fighting for just peanuts here. And I need to eliminate his air power some before he gets any further with it.
I have a can you make like you did with those silos? Can you do that chain of submarine ponds to bridge yourself to the other island and build a refinery there?
Now that is an interesting idea. I don't think that was originally possible, but I'm not ruling it out. So we can try that when we make a little more money. I mean, that sounds fun.
Don't you have like those? Can you build those transport your collectors to the?
I could,
shore?
but that is a motherfucker to micro, and they don't like it.
It's a micro.
Oh yeah,
it's so annoying that he just sells it out when he has like 1 pixel of HP. He instantly sells it. Doesn't even let you destroy.
Oh yeah, no, the AI is brilliant at it. Like, nope, you can't kill that. Nope. You're not killing that. Nope, you're not killing that. And it just cheapens. I mean, it is so fucking cheap. It is really nasty, too.
A guy with a really tricky name, I will not even read this. He recommends that you just build a transport for an MCV and transport it over to the...
Yeah, that's probably what I was thinking of doing if I wanted to do that, but
Hello, Zinter.
I might be able to actually do one better. I'm just trying to think here how I want to do it. Yeah, MCV is probably right. So you're not wrong, Shat. It's a good impulse at this point because I hate going back and forth with this guy over nothing. While I strategically diminish his base with Murder Sub. Murder Sub 9000.
Unit ready.
Ah, I hear Tesla speaking in the distance.
Okay, Tech, so what is the most insignificant RTS that you have played? A game that just came out, brought nothing new to the table, and was just a random RTS table game from the 2000s, because there were just like tens of thousands. It was like Call of Duty. It was just RTS then.
I remember there was one. It was one Tom Clancy one that was like an RTS that I remember was just, I forgot about it. I think it was on a friend's PlayStation. I can't remember, but there was just some like shitbag ones where it was like, here's 10 tanks and go do this thing, and they were very bad. Oh look, Aloysius just made a mistake. He subscribed.
Another soul misled.
Another soul misled into the Black Pants Legion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-build my ore refinery, and then I will slowly start ferrying these trucks over, if I can. I'm just going to harvest the shit in their base, and while they shoot at it, I'm going to kill it with a submarine. No, it's mine now. You can't have it. I don't care if I hit my own guys. I will now shoot at your command center. As soon as I do that, I can just continue to downsize his operations.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Are there any other games in between Total Annihilation and Supreme Commander, in between those two, that actually like got inspired by Total Annihilation?
I would say quite a few, because I remember even back then, when you just browse games, they would say, by the team of, inspired by, from the makers of... You know, that was very common, especially with stuff like Diablo. I mean, shit, remember Hellgate London?
No, I have no idea what that is.
Well,
Hellgate.
there was an attempt to make a Diablo-ish Hellgate London was a very clumsy, I think, attempt to make a pre-Borderlands Borderlands, and that there was like magic and guns and all sorts of various things and boss fights and instances and dungeons, and it was set in a like hell on earth in London, and it was supposed to be kind of made by some of the Diablo people or whatever. And I remember when that game came out, they had a pre-purchase where if you gave them like $300, you'd have like a subscription forever to Hellgate London. And I remember a guy I knew did it. Shit, I mean, I almost pulled the trigger on the Star Trek Online Unlimited subscription back in the day, so I can't say that, like, I have better taste, or even, like, respect for myself. I can't even claim that.
I'm actually thankful to myself that I never like got into any MMOs, because I think it would have ruined me when I was a child.
It ruined many a poor boy, I would say. I've seen a lot of people go down the World of Warcraft or all that other stuff, and it got pretty grim. I knew people who gave years of their life, like 16 hours a day, to World of Warcraft, like dead ass serious. And I mean, I knew people who dropped out of college because of it. I knew people who were like, I mean, seriously, their life depended around it. They would turn down jobs if they couldn't play World of Warcraft at them. I knew people who literally limited their ability to travel based on whether or not they could check on World of Warcraft wherever they went. So it played that much of a role in their life. And so, like, yeah, not getting into MMOs, we talked about that on the podcast, about MMOs, and how it, like, actually affected a lot of nerd communities that I was in, and I saw, and other people on the podcast also talked about that, in the communities they were in, the effect of MMOs on small role-playing game communities or small collective gaming communities, and finding that, you know, this one MMO, and not blaming it on the MMO, but MMOs in particular, it had that effect on them.
It just filled a hole, like if not MMOs, the person like who had
Something.
that need would take
Sure,
some other
something.
addiction.
Yeah, sure, why
It's
not?
just one of the things.
Yeah. I mean, it's something.
Damn. Like, because when I listen to people, when I listen to you, when I listen to different people like talking about, for example, EVE Online and guilds, like, it's so much time, and I also like wasted a lot of time in video games, unfortunately. But
Well, wait a
not on
second.
the
You're in a
MMO
guild.
scales.
You're in the BPL.
Is it a guild? Can I
No.
say that I'm a member of a clan, of a gamer clan?
No, in fact, we're the opposite of all that, but thank you. Yeah, I
What?
instantly recoiled when you said that. I was like, oh, wait, no. I'm repairing all my harvesters from the harvester warfare earlier, and I'm
Yeah.
expanding my new harvester network right next to his, and we're about to bump.
Yeah, I see you. Like, he's getting really close with. Oh, he's brought tanks.
Oh, of course
What I
he
wanted to
has.
say, another thing that I just remembered, back like a week ago, I stumbled upon Mike's stream, and I saw him drink water from a jar, and I was curious about it. So I asked him on Discord privately, "Hey Mike, why do you drink water from a jar?" And he ignored me, and I still don't know. Is it a thing that you do?
No, we had a jar. It's a jar given to us by Tom Bombadil. It's made out of Michigan sand, and I just killed that player, by the way. But it's made out of Lake Michigan sand, and so we actually use that as a drinking vessel, and often on stream, just as a nod to Tom Bombadil. And Mike may not have noticed you. I'm sure it was nothing personal nor an intended slight.
I know he explained earlier that when he works, he's not there for anyone.
The other thing is, like, people are bringing up, Star Wars Galaxies. I knew a lot of people who played that, and all of them miss it because all the reasons they describe it are reasons that I've never heard anyone describe any MMO being missed. Like, it's all like, oh, this was player driven, or this was unique, or I liked how this was, or if I needed a fucking ride across the universe, I had to actually go find somebody to help me. And it felt like a community. Most of these people describe it as a community that got destroyed. And so I thought that was kind of interesting, because I've actually studied a lot of these communities.
Actually, like, Star Wars Galaxies is that thing that the only occasion when I hear about it, I have no knowledge. I've never even seen footage of this game. The only thing I know is that people miss it. And that's
deeply.
The only information.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is people fucking deeply miss it. It was not my game at the time, and by the time I got into it, it was like fading. But I've met a lot of like guys and gals who played the shit out of it. Like, they had characters, they had houses, they had all this stuff that they'd like built and run and had their own communities in it. Like huge, active, vibrant, living communities of like people who'd play a bounty hunter guild, or they were like role playing hardcore too. And it was really neat to talk about with them, but almost all of them were like, yeah, that ended. And then that's it. Like, it was just...
What happened? Like, what ended it?
Well, they pulled the license for it. They were just like, and it's done. And, I mean...
Close the servers?
Pretty much. However, it does lurk on. It does have its own, like, weird niche little private group that keeps some servers alive.
But in secret. Just... It's one of those things. Oh, you have a cool, fun project? Shut up!
Yeah, it's like, wow.
Don't say anything.
Yeah, it sounds. Oh wow, look at this guy here. Look at this asshole. He's got all of this land. I can't have that. He has way too much land. I need to build some demo trucks. That's what I need to do.
But you are building ore trucks, not demo trucks.
Well, I will build one more ore truck, okay, Minister of Procurement? Easy there.
Stop wasting our resources.
Oh, that's nice. Cookie Mama points out that our numbers right now are even, because it's 96 versus 69.
Impressive.
It's different.
Yeah, Angry Pumpkin. That's exactly where I was sourcing that quote from. Those remember, you probably remember Super Best Friends.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and Wooly, the one of the members, had this like great speech about cool, fun project. Oh, you're making a revival of some like old fighting game. Shut up! Shut the fuck up!
Yeah, don't. Yeah.
They will just shut you down. They will kill you in your sleep.
Yes, they will. They'll make sure that your fun thing does not live for very long.
You're prohibited from having fun. Oh yeah, I remember, Alo, when we played a little bit of City of Heroes, but since I'm not an MMO guy, I just hang with them for 2 days. But we had this great party in City of Villains, when we all created characters that looked exactly like police officers, and we all had our villain catchphrases like "Stop resisting."
Yeah, I remember you guys did that, and you were like you were like the bad cops or something. Was
The
your
bad cops.
Yeah, it was.
And I think
yeah.
Colberto or someone made a giant cop with just a rebar with a piece of concrete attached to it. He was like a Hulk-sized cop. And
Yeah, it was like
catchphrase
Officer
was
Clegane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his catchphrase was "Keep resisting." Please. Where are the other 4 players? Like, that's the one purple guy that was hiding for an entire game.
Yeah,
What?
Uh-oh.
Where's
Oh, wow.
Where's
that's
the
great.
rest?
Thank you, Adobe. Fucking Adobe's
you
like,
got
hey, you need an update right now. And I'm like, no, I don't, Adobe. I don't. Thank you.
Apple? Even worse.
One of those things. You know, here's the other thing that's horrifying. Look how far you can zoom out.
That's great. Pistol
at-
is asking. Yeah,
Look, oh god.
that's great. I love that. That's how I would play.
Supreme Commander, I need to see a quarter of the screen at once.
Yes. I need to see everything. Pistol asks why my playthrough has stopped. I've just found out that streaming is not very fun for me.
And that's fair. I mean, it's I understand that. Like, I empathize and I get that. I had the same thing. I like when I was hot streaming on my channel, I could get like 1,200 people like at my peak, and that just freaked me out because I couldn't recognize my friends. And it's just too much. Like, I get you. Like 90 people I can talk to, but like when you realize that's like an actual like theater, that's different. Like it just put that in my head. So I had to stop for a bit. I was like, no, thank you.
And the other thing is, like, it's a cool idea to make videos and stuff to like broadcast yourself, but at some point I realized that I would be scared of that. If I made more videos or streamed, like, I would just start oversharing, which I don't want to do because like I don't think I'm that I have that much to say.
I think
and like
that,
I have a
yeah.
lot of things going on in my life, and sooner or later I would start oversharing, and I've seen enough lolcows in my life to know that it's not a good idea. To be honest, that's nice. That's a nice track.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes these trucks just run a little hot, and you just gotta park them right to cool them off.
So yeah, I'm scared. I'm scared that I would. Start oversharing, and I like. It's on one side, it's cool to have something to talk about those things, and sometimes you just don't.
No, I'm with you.
But
I'm
on,
with you.
But on the other side, it's like random people on the internet are not always the people that deserve to know those things about you.
That's why you have to be careful in who you attract. I mean, it's one of those reasons why often as much the best counsel for anyone getting into YouTube is just be your fucking self, because if you try to pretend to be someone else, either one, somebody's gonna figure that out, or two, worse, you're gonna attract people who really are that person, and they're gonna, you know, it's gonna be a bad time. So I always try to tell people, like, hey, if you play stupid games online, you'll win stupid prizes. If you act like an edgelord, you'll attract edgelords. Be careful what you wish for.
That's such a common story of like people who are like, oh, let me do this joke 100 times, and then they become so terrified of their own fan bases.
Well, that's what I mean, is you gotta be proud of what you do, otherwise don't fucking do it. I mean, you know, I'm not always proud, but you gotta throw down and at least be weird for a reason.
But yeah, like that's on the other side, that's the thing I meant. Like, being yourself is as well. Like, if you're yourself all the time, you show you can by accident show the things that you don't want to show.
Oh, I agree. I mean, that's any social interaction though online anymore, to be honest.
Construction complete.
And you can be Orson Welles all you want. Ah, the French.
Did he like what? Is there a story that what made him end up such a alcoholic, or is it just that one
Citizen
video that was
Kane.
just
Citizen Kane is the beginning of the end of Orson Welles. He made a biopic that was really powerful and really well made, that was more or less a lampooning of one William Randolph Hearst, who was a giant media magnate, and Hearst ruined Welles. So after that point, he more or less just struggled to get things made. His name was tarnished, and he drank and ate a lot, and became somewhat of a unintentional self-parody. It's kind of a warning Hollywood story. You can be someone really brilliant like Orson Welles, and then have everything turn on you, despite doing really well.
So the fact that he made like the most important movie ever didn't protect him from powerful people.
Well, it wasn't the most important movie ever. It was just a really good movie. And that's the thing, is no movie's good enough to overcome someone who's very powerful being very upset at you.
He didn't acquire much power.
No.
He needed to be more powerful.
No, he was just a film guy. And and formerly a theater guy. So he was a different sort of character than I think most people would imagine. All they see is the French, but they don't realize this is also the guy who freaked out the whole Eastern Seaboard in 1938 by reading War of the Worlds so convincingly over the radio. Even with the disclaimer, people thought it was real.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty fucking amazing.
But that's like the people thinking it was real. It's a weird thing, because to this day, some people, when they meet an actor that plays like such and such role, people will not approach them as an actor, but they will approach them as a character, which is just weird. Like, and I think that's just a different kind of person than just normal crowd.
I agree with you. It's very strange, and I'm glad you kind of bring it up, because I have the same thing when I interact with the fan base. I have a lot of people who will think I'm literally my character. Like, oh, when did you lose your arm? And I'm like, that is a fictional setting.
I think that's just a residue after all of those like in-character Tumblr blogs, and maybe the people just like write you that they think that you will respond in character.
That would make sense. I was unaware that was so widespread, though. You know?
Today I listened to that. There's this girl that makes small, like, it's not that documentary, just more of a retelling, just a chill out retelling of a weird fandom, weird internet things that would only happen on the internet. And there is this one Sonic the Hedgehog Tumblr blog, which had like in character Sonic, different characters, different moderators answering question about social justice while being Sonic characters, and they just like in character argued, and it was all public, and they like been very dramatic. And I was listening to this, and I was just asking myself a question: when was this? What are those people? Is this the same species as me?
Do you wonder that maybe that was just like an art thing, that maybe they got in over their head and they're like, yeah, it's now a job, or because sometimes people are just crazy.
Maybe, but I think it would be a better person to to someone who actually spent time on Tumblr, because I myself I haven't explored that site at all.
I was only ever pointed at it, and not in a complimentary way. It was generally like, look at this crazy place. And much the same could be said of most of the things people showed me off 4chan long after I stopped interacting with that.
Aren't you scared that there's a player below that's thin Fog of War?
No.
Because there's not much space on the map for those 4 people.
Ah yes, Control FU, redeem posture check. Make sure your posture's good, otherwise you'll sound like me. Alright, so where are we gonna go?
Posture check? Posture check? 1500 goob?
Yeah, they paid a lot of goob for that, sir. That's a lot of black market goob.
I have 1100 right now. Because I'm not a I'm not a big streamer and I'm not a big stream watcher, to be honest. Like I only watch VODs of Courtesy Flash because I just can't be. Sometimes there are parts that you just want to skip, that you know nothing, not a lot is happening, and you want to skip forward, like in a Let's Play. And while watching a stream, I just feel crippled that I can't do that. So yeah, I don't watch a lot of the stream.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, I don't think anyone is butthurt that. I mean, good God, I don't expect anybody who's like, oh, I enjoy text content. I don't expect anybody to like fucking watch everything I do. That would be insane. I've actually met people who've watched every episode of Space Station 13, and I was like, oh wait, you're right. There is a base there. One moment. All right, there.
Oh my God, I was right.
You were right. Hold on.
What is this player doing?
He's literally been doing nothing. All right, well that's
gamer instincts. My
yeah,
gamer
no,
instincts.
your gamer
have paid
instincts
off.
were right. 1000%.
Yeah.
Well done, Polish.
Yes, that's me.
Oh, we gotta redeem a hydrate. One moment. Yeah, they're trying to hit my harvesters, which is dumb because I have all the money.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
You're the money guy. In the beginning of this mission, you said you're not the money guy, but right now you are the money guy.
I will be, but I mean, good God, it's like
The money plane.
the money plane again. Oh, look, Hind. No.
Where? Oh, they're here. It's so, just so
Hind-D.
small.
Otacon. I shit my pants. All right, here
What
we
is
go.
Russian aircraft doing here?
Well, time to make this guy dead. Yeah, these demo trucks are boring. They're not doing enough.
They're too slow.
Uh-oh. Stevie Las Vegas just made a mistake. Subscribed. Yeah, I'm just gonna use all these submarines to blow people up.
Good. Don't you have like the ships destroyers or something?
No, that's the
Far
Allies.
things from
The Soviet Union only ever built submarines. They never built surface combatant ships, as you know. Never.
Makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
That's the thing that that ruined my Red Alert 3 experience as well, because when there's Navy, when you play Supreme Commander versus when you play Red Alert 3, in Supreme Commander when you build a ship, it has like 6 guns on it. Like, oh, you have 4 entire batteries, 2 giant guns for shooting up land, torpedoes.
As a realistic amount of ammunition and weapons on board, yes.
Yeah, and in you go back to Red Alert 3 and this is a gunship. It has 2 guns and it only shoots ground. When the planes come by, you have to have anti-air ships. And it's like makes sense balance-wise, and like it makes sense because you have to have variety of units and stuff. But in Supreme Commander, you just have everything on one ship because that makes sense.
Well, yeah, because it also
like,
takes like 45 fucking minutes to make the goddamn thing. I mean, it just turns into like, ugh.
But they did it to do it differently. Like they for example, destroyers and cruisers. Destroyers will still have the entire capability, but the entire guns will be just weak and like can shoot down a few gunships or one plane. But if you want to defend your fleet from actual air attack, you will have to have cruisers which have SAM turrets.
Oh yeah, you'll have to have
them.
layered air defense. You have to.
Yeah,
I agree.
So you still have to have diverse units, but it just makes sense that it still has a gun, but it's just weak because it's it's pointed in a different direction. Raynor wants to know where I am. Redacted. He's a neighbor nation-wise. That's even more like I am when it comes to I don't know. I noticed that when I'm on Black Pants Legion, I act maybe in my, or at least in my, how do you say it? From my point of view, I act differently than I would act anywhere else online, because I just like form that trust in the community, so I'm willing to talk about things, but when I'm on the stream and to talk about from where I am from in Poland, it's just a weird thing that I would never answer.
He's from that island that Poland colonized in on the moon.
Did you know that Poland was supposed to have a colony on Madagascar, but we rejected it? We didn't want to take it.
I understand.
A Polish peasant will not like this soil. Yeah, just calmly reject an island that is twice the size of Poland. But hey, we don't have to, you know, we are free from the colony pain. We're not, we can't be labeled as colonialist because we ourselves became a colony
Poland
for
was
other
just
countries.
like, no thank you.
No,
just no thank you. Poland says no thanks.
Just say no. What was that campaign? Just say no?
Yeah, that worked really well. You know, they canceled the war on drugs because drugs won. So, yeah, one moment. Let me go ahead and hit that. There we go. Have that.
Reinforcements have arrived.
All right, so there's one more big player, I think, right there. Yep. All right. I'm using nukes are popping off like candy. You know what I think would be another classic game to play on this? That would be fantastic. Is Rise of Nations.
I have never played that one. Let me look at it. Rise of Nations. Is that the one which has like really small buildings and really big people?
Yeah, think.
That's my only associated thought with this game.
Yeah, that's Rise of Nations is pretty much Age of Empires, but from like Stone Age all the way up to like nukes.
So it's similar to Empire Earth in that regard.
Pretty much.
Competing. I only played Empire Earth 2, and I love it to bits, and no one else does. There's like 20 people that play this game. And play because there's that 1.5 patch for it. It was a cool things.
I get you.
But tell me something more about Rise of Nations. Like,
well, there is a nuke limit in the game, which is if you proceed past a certain amount of nukes on a map, it's an automatic game over because it's implied like a nuclear winner. Which is,
do you win or do you lose?
Everyone loses. So that was one thing I would do in multiplayer was I would just sit in the corner and build a bajillion fucking nukes because as soon as people started using, I would use every single one but one. So the next person to use one loses. So I would just instantly obliterate everyone and cripple everyone, and if they fired one more nuke, they lost. But up until that point, I would just sit in the corner and not use nukes. I'd just be a very happy camper, trade a lot with people, no war. And then as soon as somebody touched the button or pulled the lever, I would just be like, all right, it's on like Donkey Kong. And I would just unload.
It's like tactical nuke in Modern Warfare 2. You just kill everyone, your team, enemy, and yourself.
Yeah, you know, I just wanted to let people know that I have a finite limit of patience, and it's measured in megatons. And so that's just generally, I'm like, game over now.
Game over now.
Yeah. Game over. I do the same thing in Sins of Solar Empire. I played a really eclectic mix of strategy games.
I mostly I was just focused on the standard ones. To the point, I played so many like standard, normal Command and Conquer, Age of Empires style strategy games that I found it impossible to play like turn-based 4X games later.
I think turn-based 4X...
Why do I have to wait?
I think turn-based 4X games are boring. A lot of them are very pretty, but to me, very boring. I hate rock, paper, scissors mechanics. All right.
Unit ready. Building.
Oh my god, That's a nice choke point. You could just use
It is.
to
I'm just gonna run over his infantry. There we go. Like the movie 300 should have been. All right, there we go.
done.
Waiting order. Acknowledged.
Tahotep asked a great question. Where is the green AI?
Affirmative.
No, he's in that patch of gold on the north middle island.
Waiting for acknowledged.
Jesus, like he built so then. Why didn't he like attack you with anything? Does the AI doesn't have anything for like navy?
I don't know. I don't think he ever built over there, but God, he built defenses though.
Unit lost. Unit lost.
It's all right. I mean, I have enough tanks to end him, but this is definitely Command and Conquer tier warfare, where you're just sending in numbers now.
Comrade.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Send
Have you ever-
in numbers.
Have you ever played generals? Or was it like too late?
Oh, I like generals. I like generals plenty. It's just, yeah, it was. I played it a bit. It was a different game, but I thought it was fun. I thought it was really fun. I didn't think it was really a Command and Conquer game. I thought it was just like a really badass, different kind of strategy game. And I thought it was fun.
I really like the campaign. But have you seen the reconstruction of generals in the engine of Red Alert 3?
I have not.
Unit ready.
Because there is one, and it's like mostly done, which is not campaign, unfortunately. But like when it comes to deathmatch, just skirmishes, it's like 100% ported. All of the units, all of the special abilities, everything is just ported to Red Alert 3,
Unit ready.
That's
which is
awesome.
bonkers, and it looks great because of the like all of the effects that were in the engine. Because like you can say many things about Red Alert 3, but it was blinked out. That game looked great, and it killed my PC more than Supreme Commander did.
Well, Supreme Commander was ancient at that point, wasn't it?
Not really. They came out in the same year, actually.
I remember Supreme. Then I'm dumb. But the one thing I remember is nobody could run Supreme Commander. Like everyone I ever met was like, oh yeah, we're gonna play Supreme Commander, and it would come over and we'd go over to their house and you'd watch in 10 minutes how the game just slowed down to 4 frames. I mean, it was like watching slow motion.
Reporting.
It was very sad. Like the only map I could play on of Supreme Commander and not be in pain was Winter Duel, which was that 5 by 2.5 kilometer map, which was just a straight line. Extremely like that map was so small that if you built a Tech 2 artillery, it would cover the entire map. It was the saddest small map, but it was perfect for small gaming. Red Alert 3 came out in 2008, and Supreme Commander came out in 2007, at least in Poland.
Acknowledged.
Yeah, and I remember in Supreme Commander, just like, again, you go over to people's houses, the fucker wouldn't work. Like, people would be like, let's play this cool game, and then like 10 minutes in, it was just like, slideshow. Like, you'd be in the room with a computer, and the room would just get hotter and hotter.
I played that game with 1 gigabyte of RAM on my computer.
How? How was this done?
Like I said, Winter Duel only. Lowest settings.
When you mean Winter Duel, do you mean like with a window open in Poland, where you're just sitting there like, you know, just like, ah yes, it is now time of year according to the calendar to play Supreme Commander.
No, like I said, it was the smallest map. It was the name of the smallest map. But yeah, I could only play Winter Duel, only in winter. I need to put my PC on the outside
On the ledge.
of my room.
You have it like hanging on hangers out the window. Yeah.
You're joking now, but this is a popular practice in student homes, because student homes in Poland are also in like commie blocks. So they would have the outside of the window, the window ledge, and the people there is not a lot of room in the fridges, so people would just like put their soup on like in jars on the outside of the window.
How are the crows not running this country? Because I know that in America, if you put anything out where a crow can get in it, they will open it. They will figure a way out. Like, have you figured a way with like your Witcher abilities to talk to it and get them to not do that? Or, oh, hello, Lictor Imperial. Lictor Imperialis, the drawer of men.
To be honest, the crows are not. Like, maybe they are just dumber here. Maybe there were not enough nerds who would train them, or maybe the Soviet, Soviet hungry times didn't give them enough food to develop such intelligence from your
Or
fast
maybe,
food
yeah, but
fattening of the birds.
Yeah, but maybe your birds in Poland are just really good at playing dumb. They're like, why have our foolish American cousins given away our intelligence? You know, like they're just like, oh no, we don't do that here.
Pigeons are like crows don't interact with, like, don't get close to humans at all. Like the pigeons, that's the powerhouse here. They have the stupid. They are not very smart.
I think
but,
pigeons are the powerhouse everywhere, dude.
But there's a lot of them. I once, when I was living in one commie block, I have a balcony in my room, and I lived there for 4 years, and there was a pair of pigeons that wanted to make a
A nest.
their home, a nest on my balcony, and they would never stop. I would destroy destroy nest after. They're so fucking loud. I would dismantle nest after nest, just like try to scare them off. And for 4 years, they never stopped. Never.
You should just
They
charge them
never
rent.
stopped coming. I was like that insane person only in boxer. I would go in my balcony with a metal ruler and start banging the the fucking how do you say it? Fuck. Balustrada. Let me
Balustrade?
Yeah, the balustrade with a metal balustrade with a metal ruler to make an insane loud noise to scare them off, and they would just ignore me, and I would be out on my commie block wall with only my boxers on, with my bent metal ruler with killing intent in my eyes.
Yeah, God. I mean, the Pigeon Wars, an unsung conflict. It's a slow burn, much like the Long War mod, I guess.
Just our Polish Emu War.
Yeah, the Polish Emu War, the pigeon conflict.
Yeah, it was horrible.
How do you say the pigeon conflict in Polish? Like, does it sound sinister? I'm wondering.
Conflict. You can say conflict gołębi or wojna gołębi, which is pigeon war.
The pigeon war be like, imagine some guy be like wojna gołębi and just like looking all like fucking haunted, like deep. You know what I mean? Like 1,000-yard stare, cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
Wojna gołębi.
Yeah, just talking about them. Oh, I'm gonna send in all these planes.
Just nuke the MCV. Oh my god, they did it! The planes actually revealed some terrain.
No, the enemy firing did that actually.
Oh.
So now it's time for me to close their base with a tank parade. They're killing a lot of their own boys to do this.
Like, should I just I tried to play Arcanum again.
Yeah.
And should I just play a guy who uses fists, because the weapon breaking broke me instead?
I would say if you want to use fists, that's not great because it can do damage against you, especially with harder objects. But
yes.
if you do it, play an ogre and get your strength above 20 as quickly as possible. And then it's hilarious because you can literally just scrambles things to death.
But can I have conversation as well?
Sure. It'll be hard, but why not?
Or should I just play a necromancer and hurt everything, harm everything?
Harm
to them?
alarm is a very valid way of playing the game. Harm alarm is one of the preferred ways of playing the game. How many nukes do I have to use today? I'm using way too many nukes.
You used like 4 in this one game.
Lost.
Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Tactical nuke!
Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
I will use machine gun bullets. Look at this guy running around out there. He needs to calm the fuck down. That is not good for his blood pressure.
Unit lost.
What's your?
Ready.
I will look at the chat for a second.
Of course.
Because they're having a conversation with themselves right now, to be honest.
Needed.
Or there's one pigeon comment.
This guy.
Unit lost. A-bomb launch detected.
Got him.
A-bomb prepping.
Yeah, the Czech Republic is run by pigeons. I never been to. I was to the. I went to the Czech Republic. I went skiing there.
Were you assaulted by pigeons? At any point did
No.
you interact with pigeons in a way that led you to be fear of your life?
Yes, sir.
I think it was too cold in the not in the Czech Republic, but when I was a small child, we went to Krakow, and there on that fucking big, like, old city part,
Affirmative.
there was a lot of pigeons because everyone fed them. And we played with my brother who can get more pigeons to sit on you at once. And I got around 12 pigeons sitting on my back at once.
Is this
I
a game in
crouched.
Poland, like Polish
Yeah.
baiting or like squirrel fishing, or I mean,
I crouched and spilled some crumbs on my back, so I got 12 pigeons just.
that's a good number. That's an unhealthy
Pecking me at
number.
once.
I think there's not a healthy number of pigeons, though.
I would like to say that I feel very fortunate that I didn't get any fucking pigeon parasites, because there is a shit ton of them. I
Oh,
saw
yeah.
a child like pick up look, it's so sad, a pigeon with a broken wing, and got it into its hands, and things just started crawling on his hands from the pigeon to him, invading.
Invading.
Instantly.
You're like, filth. I have no mouth and I must scream.
Yeah,
Anger,
just
upset.
instant invasion.
Yeah, I get you.
Unit ready.
Queen Elizabeth is secretly 8 pigeons in a human suit.
That would surprise a lot. But why has she never mentioned coup?
Coup.
Coup. Like a bird. But double meaning. Double entendre. Sorry, my
Double
bad.
entendre.
Needed.
A double
Unit
entendre.
ready. Building.
A coup d'etat.
Silos needed.
A coup d'etat,
Coup d'etat.
as we say in America. A coup
What?
a coup d'etat.
Coup d'etat. That's the most southern way you can say coup
Coup
d'etat.
d'etat. Yep.
Oh yeah, America.
Silos.
It's like that scene from Inglourious Basterds when he says
Buongiorno.
"Buongiorno."
Buongiorno.
Almost French.
Unit prepared.
Alo says coup d'etat.
Silos.
All right, here we go. We've used a lot of nukes and a lot of tanks.
Orders. Acknowledged.
It's
Acknowledged.
just he has terrain working on his side.
Well, he's got a lot of stuff in there. I don't like any of it.
It's sad that you can't like use your submarines in a river. You can't have a river submarine.
Yeah, that sounds smart. River subs.
Oh, he doesn't even have an MCV anymore, so he can't really build much.
No, he just built up a really rough amount of defenses, which is persistently very annoying. So now I have to clamp it with tanks to make it go away.
Oh, but no, you have to destroy the barracks, I think,
Yep.
because like you have to get rid of all the build power, and then he's dead.
Maybe. I don't know. He built a
No.
lot of fucking turrets, and he seems to have gotten a discount on propane because I am fighting through this. This is like sandpapering the asshole of an alligator in a phone booth, and I'm in it trying to make a collect call. This is pretty hard. Quit shooting me! They're everywhere. Good God. All right, here we go. All right. Once I destroy the last of his... Yes, thank you. Oh, God.
Finally.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
But
Acknowledged.
why is he still alive? He has no build power.
Acknowledged.
Because this game is crazy.
Sir, affirmative.
However, I see a crate and I need to go for it. I'm hoping it's a nuke. No, it's engineers. Wow. And engineers in this game actually damage buildings.
Because
Oh.
doesn't he have a pistol?
No. The engineers will damage a building to a point, and then once it's damaged, you can try to take it. That was the one
Yeah,
thing that
poison.
prevented the one unit grab technique. Common to engineers in Command & Conquer 1, which is cool, but still kind of broken. He also has that one helicopter. Oh, he sold it. All right, cool. Here we go.
No, he still have the No, the helicopter is still there.
Yep. It keeps landing. He doesn't know what to do.
Very well. Affirmative.
Yep. He's having a moment.
He's dead.
Woo! Spy plane.
Mission accomplished.
All right, good.
But he's still alive. Oh,
He is dead.
that's scary. That's just black screen.
All done.
No need to look at this anymore.
No need. Well, at any rate, I think I can pretty much end this stream out with some nice music. But thank you for joining me today, Polish.
That was pretty cool.
All right, now let's end this on a themed crazy thing, because I'm gonna send off a bunch of nukes and we'll see if we get struck for this. Dig said it was okay though, so it might be funny. Thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you guys for showing you care. Appreciate it again, Polish, for you joining us.
That's okay. It was very fun and educational.
Educational, my God, don't call us that.